The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions.
Panther fans unite! My name's Tony Dunn. Cody Lashney, how you doing? TK's in the house. How you doing, my friend? The Stat Daddy.
But I think Derek Brown, hey man, he deserves that dab on him pick.
Dab on him, Phil Snow. Dab on him.
All the same, yeah, 100%. We can just
Mine is going to go to the fullback. I'm going to dump on the Richie guy. Dab on him, Shaq.
I'm going to put the towel on Matt Rule.
Y'all took all the good ones.
Only one postgame roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers postgame show.
Do you believe in miracles? Well, this cat doesn't. But I believe in the Carolina Panthers winning 30-24, even though the defense fucking screwed me in my prize picks in the last 80 seconds of this damn game. But guess what? The Carolina Panthers got their first road win because of some big, giant, black Steve Wilkes balls going for 4th and 4. Oh my goodness gracious. The Panthers came out here just blow, blow, blow. Man, I tell you this. Cody Lashney said this last week off of a comment from one of our family members, Nick Montero. This is an exciting season. I will tell you this, is that the numbers on this show were tremendous to begin this season, but started to plateau. We're hitting the holidays, people's attention's being diverted. The Panthers were not fantabulous by any means. But bro, 2 wins with Sam Darnold. Our first win on the road, and we watched the death of Tom Brady live. The Panthers are going to the damn play.
Super Bowl. Say it.
I know. I mean, I said this. I got a little ahead of my prize picks, bro. I was about to make so much money. I still made money today, guys. Still made money. But, boy, I was about to hit the big one if our defense wouldn't have let off the gas at the end. The Carolina Panthers win 30-24. Our first road win.
Ew.
And we are in the playoff hunt. Geno Smith regresses to the mean, and we don't know why the hell J.C. Horn ain't on DK Metcalf. And good Lord, does Ben McAdoo have a giant sweat towel? My name's Tony Dunn. It is the C3 Panthers post-game show. The number is 252-228-5098. We are here each and every Tuesday night live at 9 p.m., the longest running Panthers podcast. We're also here after every game like this. We want to get your thoughts on the game. This is a very simple show. The way this show rocks is on Tuesday, it's the ride to the game. We are all in the car as a fam. Turns out, though, we used to be in a car. Now we're in a bus. Then we had to get in a God-forsaken caravan because you guys are so fantastic. And now the post-game show is us kind of filing out of the game. You know, you've walked down Bank of America, you've walked down the ramps, and either you are chanting "keep pounding" or you are listening to these other mofos. Well, it turns out we are walking out of the Seahawks stadium chanting "keep pounding." This team's gonna go, baby. Cody Lashney, How did I get this excited? You ain't seen the professor like this in a minute.
Oh, I'll tell you how you got this excited. Because on this day, the day of our Lord, December 11th, 2022, Steve Wilkes has proven that he is the man for the job, baby. I'm calling it now. Steve Wilkes is the head coach of the Carolina Panthers this year and next, baby. The Panthers had not won a game since November of last year. How about this? We hadn't won a game where the opposing team had scored over 17 points in like a year and a half or more. This team is who we have been waiting to see. Sam Darnold's doing just enough. And oh my goodness, this is the best Carolina Panthers offensive line that I have seen in my life. And dare I say, the best one that there has ever been, man. The Panthers are still alive. We're still hunting for that division. I never gave up hope, and neither did these fine fans joining us on the C3 Panthers podcast. You already know him and love him. It's our man Drew, AU Link, Bill Dotree, Joey the Blind Panther Esquivel, Danny, David R., Danielle Sarton, George West, JD864, Michael Johnson, Low Key, Sarah Taylor, Shane Reed, Sean Butler, Tizzy Smith, and the one, the only, 10 Tizzy. Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
162 people watching the show right now. The excitement is here. Sarah Taylor says, been a minute since we praised the O-line. I don't know the last time we ever praised the O-line. I will tell you, not on this podcast. So, I mean, like if we're literally going back, and I was thinking about this as I thought, oh, Cody. You know, Cody likes to give the hottest. You know, he gets a little brand, like a little fire on his takes.
I'm a truth teller,
we love
baby.
It. We love you, bro. Like, no, we love your passion.
The gospel of
we love your
football,
energy.
baby.
But when you said this is the best Panthers offensive line, like basically come at me, the immediate thing I thought was, is he not knowing of an offensive line maybe before, you know, because you're younger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the old hat. I'm the oldest one on this show. And I don't even remember the earliest years of this team. So I was trying to think back. But really, to be honest, is like, I think we're going to go back and maybe find one line that was very good. But your point may hold. It may hold. The one thing I got upset with, CK, is he said, Sam Darnold being just good enough. This mug, boy, give him some reps. Give him a little rhythm. The mistakes he made today were just not pushing it fast enough. The very first, like that touchdown to DJ, that was almost, well, it could have been it was about to be an interception. It should have been like one of the earliest plays of this game. He moved around. He made the right read. He saw the shit. He just didn't lead them enough. You got to wonder, is that just a lack of familiar, you know what I'm saying? Like speed, like the idea that Sam Darnold has played this well, guys, after not playing at all, after everybody kicking sand in his face, it's fucking impressive, bro.
It's impressive.
It's impressive.
And what I'll say with regard to the game tonight, there were some mistakes, but not nearly the kind of mistakes we're accustomed to with Sam Darnold.
True.
And the thing that was best about the way that this team won today is you didn't need Sam Darnold to make those decisions. And honestly, a lot of the decisions he was making was smart ones. There were some that he could have run for a first down or run for the touchdown or something like that.
I kind of wanted him to go after that linebacker on that fourth down and just blast his ass.
But the credit to Sam Darnold, like there were a lot of times when he threw the ball away, when he, you know, was doing, there was pressure in his face and he threw the ball at the feet of a lineman or something to make sure that they weren't, intentional ground. I mean, he did what you would expect a quarterback who's going to basically need to come in here and be a game manager.
More than that, CK.
I'll argue that I think that he would have been better as a quarterback if we didn't have our run game being as dominant as it was.
It wasn't even incredible today, though.
I feel like it was
230
pretty
yards,
damn
Tony.
impressive.
You think that
we had 230 rushing yards? That's incredible.
Yes,
when did the rushes come though? Late.
Oh my dude, it doesn't matter.
We were not just battering Ramit earlier.
No. I hear nothing of it. Deontay Foreman, Chuba Hubbard, and Blackshear all had a day behind our offensive line. No going down after first contact, getting pushed at the line of scrimmage. This offensive line is some straight up.
That's fine. I'm not talking about the offensive line.
Shit.
This run game did not just carry the load in the first half. No, it was not that. It's not that they weren't bad or terrible. No, they weren't even great. I'm telling you what made this game that made us ahead 17-0 or whatever the fuck it was defenses. The defense had turnovers and Sam Darnold got the ball down the field. And I'm not trying to shit on the run game. I'm not trying to say it wasn't good, but like, let's not act like this was not the game plan that the Carolina Panthers enacted against the Los Angeles Rams when PJ came in.
Think about this. They knew that we were running the ball in the second half, and they could not stop us. But we
were up by 20 points by that point.
No, we were not. We were up by 3 points, Tony. We were up by 3 points.
And there was the reason why we put this game away. Why do we always talk about the cardiac cats and them always letting teams come back on them? When we needed to give our defense a rest, this offensive line marched us downfield. It gave Sam Darnold the time to make throws early in the football game, and we were able to lean on that Seattle defense for the rest of the third quarter. This offensive line is on some gangster shit, and I hear nothing more of it, man.
I'm not talking shit about them, and first I got to introduce Greg, but I'm going to introduce him in this way. Brad Holt says Tony is being a Debbie Downer. No, I'm actually trying to tell y'all this performance was more than just the Panthers being a dominant run team. It really was like, that's the back end of this. Sam Darnold, his legs, his arm is not making and this defense, that the first half was the first half of this game. You might want to talk about the running attack, but this was not let's just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry and we win on the road.
It was.
We put up. Okay.
It was.
I have PrizePicks, bro. Deontay Foreman didn't even cover his number till the fourth quarter.
That's because we didn't need him to do everything.
You said he was running the ball. Greg, the Bat Daddy, the Stat Daddy, the man of reason. Either way, I'm not complaining. I just don't think they're giving enough credit to old Sammy D here.
Hey, Greg, while you introduce yourself, also point out the 4 incompletions on the 4-yard line from the passing game.
Yeah.
That's a question mark on the offensive calling, some different things there.
Here's the thing, though, is anybody not giving Sam Darnold credit? It seems like
these guys are saying that they just ran the ball.
Well, we did just run the ball, but I don't think that we're saying that Sam Darnold had nothing to do with the win. The win was because Sam Darnold played well today. He managed the game like we asked him to do. He didn't have outstanding numbers, but he didn't screw up. And he did what he needed to do when we needed him to do it.
I guess the story is Chuba Hubbard, 14 carries for 74 yards.
We've made the argument that PJ had great running game, and if you need a great running game to win the game, who cares? It's what wins the game. I'll tell you what the best part about it is today, though, is I don't know if I win my PrizePicks because I got to see if AD scores a few more points here in the next little bit. But I do know I won $100 today from G Baby. And I do know that a lot of people in the chat room, G Baby bet last week the Panthers would not win one more. Y'all remember that last week? A lot of people took it for that bet. So G Baby, hit me up, man. We'll talk about how you want to do this. I may go double or nothing. I may just say give it to a charity. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
he's gonna be calling up, asking everybody for a payment plan, bro.
I just really feel like this is I understand what you guys are saying. Is that Sam Darnold didn't have an incredible? He was 14 for 24.
Yeah,
right. But I really think the first half of this game was Sam Darnold and the defense, and the second half was the run game.
And if that's
But
the way it
look,
works,
you
that's
even
fine.
have
But
That's
we got
complimentary
ahead
football,
early.
You know?
Who the heck who saw that coming?
But dude, how about this? We played team football. We don't have to say, "Oh, Sam won the game."
You guys are
Oh,
being
the
mean at
offensive line
me.
won
I'm
the
trying to
game. Oh,
compliment
the
Sam, and
defense
y'all
like
won
you,
the
Tony.
game. What I'm saying is that out of every game that we have played this season, this was the most complimentary football from first quarter to second quarter that I've seen us do. And by the way, we did it across the country on the road, man. I love it. That's why.
First road victory. And one of the things that was so poignant about what Steve Wilkes, and you guys were mentioning that Steve Wilkes has just made the case to be the head coach. And you know what? He has done everything he can.
Yep.
Right. It's like at this, I was trying to think, I went on the radio this past Friday and they were asking me about the coaching situation and Steve Wilkes. And really, the name at this point would have to be so big, so impressive, like a Sean Payton type name,
Right.
to overwhelm. Like, you can't just be like, oh, well, we got this other guy who's an offensive dude, like Kevin Stefanski, coming out of the, from the Vikings. When he met, well, he's not the Vikings coach, but you know what I'm saying? Like when he went to Cleveland, we were high on him. There's no name right now other than, I think there's only one name out there that is even reasonable to field, and that's Harbaugh from Michigan. Like, I think that's the only name that has enough pull, status, recognition to even make a case. Steve Wilkes has been a guy who he was the assistant manager of a store. They fired the manager for some reason. They didn't think that the assistant manager really was the guy that could do it, and he turns out running the store better than anybody. Steve Wilkes, though, said in his press conference earlier this week, guys, this is a playoff game. Yeah. He said this is a playoff game. The Seahawks are fighting for the playoffs in the division, right? I mean, and look, the 49ers routed the Bucks today. The Seahawks fall a game back. The Carolina Panthers are sneakily fighting for a division bid, right? Like all of these things. And he said this, he said, with all of that being the case, we got to just win a game on the road. We haven't done that yet. So look, I mean, he is able to bring together the reality of, or maybe the moment of just this week with the big picture. He dovetailed win this week, but also how important this could be, how much momentum this could be. I'm wildly excited. I am so mad that I lost my PrizePicks from the way home from eating dinner to getting here. Stupid ass.
Yep.
Geno Smith got 264, 20 yards more. Good God. Why didn't the Panthers just run? Anyway, Tony Dunn, C3 Panthers postgame show. The number's 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. We want you to be part of the show. Get your calls in here. Cody, go ahead.
Well, no, I wanted to say, listen, I think that it's only right that we listen to the new head coach of the Carolina Panthers. The reason why, listen to the emotion in this man's voice. You can tell how much he cares about it.
He knows he's going to get the job.
He should, damn it.
Courtesy of Vashti Hurt and Carolina Blitz.
Thrilled and so happy for those guys in the locker room. Coaches do a tremendous job in game planning and putting these guys in position. But all the credit goes to those players and how they go out there and perform and finish. And with everything that, we've gone through, they've gone through with the different, coaching changes, getting rid of players, or the organization trying to tank it, all those different things. And to see how those guys respond and came out and played today, it is pretty.
What did he say?
Did he just say the organization trying to tank it?
No. Say that one more time.
I'll play it again.
I heard the same thing, Greg.
He was saying, right, but no, you misunderstood. He was saying like to all the rumors and all the head coaching changes, and they did ask the organization if we were trying to tank. So listen up.
I'm just so thrilled and so happy for those guys in the locker room. Coaches do a tremendous job in game planning and putting these guys in position, but all the credit goes to those players and how they go out there and perform and finish. And with everything that, we've gone through, they've gone through with the different, coaching changes, getting rid of players, or the organization trying to tank it, all those different things, and to see how those guys respond and came out and played today, it is pretty thrilling and emotional, yes.
May have been the first media faux pas by Wilkes. And what I mean by that, you are right, because look, Cody, what you were saying is right. You were interpreting his words right. You heard are you, this and that.
Yeah.
But look, the media and everybody in the world likes to snip anything. You know what I'm saying? So this could, and look, I think one of the best parts about Steve Wilkes has been his presence right here in the press conferences, these types of things. Like, you just feel good about it.
Right.
But like, I could see people misusing those words against him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, look, I love that man. He knows what it means. Steve Wilkes. He knows what it means to implement a culture of Panther football, man. It's not a surprise that after we got rid of Matt Rule, then this team started to believe in itself, man. I think we're doing everything so much better. The fact that we broke the curse of winning when we were down, or when the other team scored 17 points, Matt Rule never did that. Or at least I don't think.
Dude,
so,
how about that? How about that? We are up. Actually, we'll ask. I'll ask you this since you brought it up. The fourth down, go for it. I tweeted this. Steve Wilkes got the biggest black balls in the world. I love it. Going for it twice. I love the first one because we could get a first down. I didn't love the second call.
You thought we should have kicked the field goal?
Yeah, and not because, like, I do like the idea. You're gonna pin them deep. You're gonna do some different. Like, I mean, I don't hate it. But I think this is that it was like, you could tell we couldn't run the ball. We had to throw the ball. It was a 4-yard conversion, basically. At that point, if we would have gone up 3 more points, they would have had to have scored a touchdown to win. I thought the first one made a lot of sense, was gutsy. I thought the first one was gutsy. I thought the second one was like, I'm just like, well, we're here. Let's do this shit.
Dude, it was. I really love.
Well, you tell me. What did you think about
gusto. I mean, well, listen. I like the fact that we went for it. I mean, listen. Our season's on the line. It's time to put everything that you trained for into action. So I love that they did that, man. This has been a shot in the arm for Panther football, and it's like I said. I don't give a damn what our record says. I don't care that it said 5-8 and we lost 8 games. This is a night and day different football team than the Carolina Panthers that started the season this year. And I put that 1,000% on Steve Wilkes. We have something to play for, man. We absolutely have something to play for. And we have to keep believing like we are a team that's fighting for something. I do not believe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are better than us. I do not believe the New Orleans Saints are better than us. I know the Atlanta Falcons are not better than us. So, dude, if anyone's going to have us win this division, it's going to be my man, Steve Wilkes. Let's get to some of these super chats, man. Chad Morales with the 199 says allowed 17 points. 1. I tweeted the rat. Let's fucking go. Shout out to Chad. David Screws coming in with $2 and said, haven't been this pumped since 2015. Thanks you, Wilkes. And David R with the 199, man. Just showing some love to the C3 Podcast. Hey, Tony, Greg, CK, I'm on cloud 9, baby. My team is up. What's up?
I cannot tell you, really, I didn't know how I was going to generate excitement going deep into this season. Like, we're going to do this podcast regardless, right? Like, the podcast is going to happen, because it means so much to us just being like part of a camaraderie and our friends and stuff like this. And I'm going to be a fan whether we stink or not. But when you're thinking about the idea of doing these post-game shows, doing all these shows, and we've been expanding the content and how much time, effort, and energy that takes, and then you're just getting bludgeoned by bad news after bad news. I was trying at some point a couple of weeks ago to think of like what the kind of the best case scenario of what excitement could be. I never envisioned this level of intensity of excitement for me. Like this game to me felt like a playoff game on the road, bro. I don't know. Like it was like I was like, hell yeah. I mean, I was cheering, I was going nuts, I was fucking all invested on everything. I'm here on this game, on this show right now. People are excited. The number's 252-228-5098. And look, there's 239 people. Welcome back, motherfuckers. Welcome back. Because look, and I understand you got the holidays. You got the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a lot of, I'm a teacher. So my end of the semester, this is the busiest season for me until next week. I got 5 days next week where I got to work my ass off. But you could tell that Panther fans have been bludgeoned. And this was a shot in the arm. And strangely, I did not know this, guys. There was no way until I checked the stats that I really thought that Sam Darnold only had 120-yard passing. It felt like a 300-yard passing.
He managed the game. Yeah.
Hey, man.
How did he only have 120?
Because we over 200.
Can I tell you why?
My mom's
Can I tell you why? How about this? Since 2009, the most the Panthers have ever rushed the football in a game was in 2009 against Tampa Bay at 48 times. Today, the Carolina Panthers rushed the ball 46 times.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. This is why I'm going back to that.
21 carries from Foreman.
No, Bill Volta already tweeted it.
No, it's not true.
When you look at this game, this offensive line is what put the Panthers in a position to dominate and play with the lead. That's why I'm so high on them, man. Not only have we not had this forever, dude.
That's not what happened. We did not rush the ball till the end. Look, dude, Foreman, 21 carries. Bill just tweeted it out. I don't care. We'll add the numbers up right
that's
for
35 and 8 is 43, 45, 46. That's 46
but
carries.
But you really can't count
Why can't you count on their carries?
4 rushes.
That's a carry.
No, it's like a scramble.
But that was one. Hold on, that's one big play, though, right? So let's take
we rushed the ball 35 times today. That's
46.
What we
did. No, get it right, Tony Dunn. Get it right.
You can't take Chenault and DJ Moore's rush. That was a planned rush. You can't take that out of there.
Darnold's out of there.
DJ
Moore was a
planned rush.
No,
they called that.
They were sweeps.
No, homeboy called it. He audibled into it.
He still called it. That's what they meant to do.
I'm sorry. I think this is that.
Tony, you picked the worst hills to die on, brother.
No, I think that we rushed. I think our rushing attack was more unified against the Falcons. Here, I'll look up the Falcons.
Look, Joey the Blind Panther says, Tony, even I saw it. Come on, what are you talking about, man? Dude, this offense, look, this offensive line.
No, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I think that
this sounded that way. This offensive line.
You guys are taking credit away from our defense.
No, we're not.
We're saying
this offensive line is absolutely to be credited for one, keeping Sam Darnold safe, and number two, giving not one, not two, but 3 different running backs a bunch of lanes to run through.
We did not run the ball.
Offensive line centric team.
Count how many rushes we had in the first half.
Yeah, what are the first second?
That's what I want to know. That's what I watched. The first half was not just this dominant running.
Hold on. Let's go ahead and do what you're saying. I want to tell you the first 5 plays of the
first half.
First 5.
I want to know
just to show you the trend. I'm going to go through and count. The first 5 plays that we ran the entire game were rushes. Okay. Then Sam Darnold pass, and then another.
Can we talk about
1, 2, 3, another 2 rushes, then a Sam Darnold pass, and then an incomplete
3 for 4
pass, and then a rush.
Drive. He was 3 for 4 on the first drive.
I think Sam had 12 passes in the first half. I think he was like.
I just feel like the attack was more balanced than you guys were saying in the
this was such a run first game. Sam Darnold had 20 attempts. Like they ain't nothing. They ain't shit. And this is part of the reason why Sam Darnold is a
all I know is this. I had Deontay Foreman in PrizePicks,
dude,
and he didn't catch his 55
yards
they had a rotation last quarter.
But because they had a rotation,
it was not like we were just.
We're not depending on one running back to do everything like in the days of Christian McCaffrey.
Also,
but if you take all the rushing yards,
you don't think that this defense really made it?
And yes, of course. But I'm saying, what's the difference between today and the rest of the season? Is that we have a continuous offensive line push that's allowing us to get a bunch of yards with literally whatever running back we decide to run.
Bro, these guys in the chat have to stop. They say, no, I'm trying to compliment other sides of the ball.
No, listen,
I am really trying to compliment the defense for putting us in position. Look, the defense had 2 turnovers that got this. It is not like we rushed 200 yards in the first half. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the run game wasn't good. But of course, when you're ahead, you're going to run the ball. I understand that. I'm just saying this is the Carolina Panthers today won on a complete game on the road. The 100%. Defense created turnovers.
Sure.
We got short fields. Look, the first scores were not just because we ran the ball 80 yards from one side to the other. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to take away from the running game. I'm not trying to tell you that the offensive line wasn't good. I'm trying to compliment some other aspects of this game. Number one, I think Sam Darnold deserves a clap. And while his numbers aren't great, he made shit happen continuously in this game. Number two, I think that this defense early on was making the turnovers, was opportunistic and doing their damn thing. They got a little tired, maybe a little soft in the end. I don't care what it was. Really. I am just trying to tell y'all, not take it away from it. I'm trying to just give credit to some other components of the game. That was it. I want to talk about this too, though. Let's talk about, we want to get your calls in. The number is 252-228-5098. This is my notes, and I'll let you guys pick what you want to talk about. I'm going to give you 5 notes that I took in the first half because then I stopped taking notes and just started checking my PrizePicks relentlessly. McAdoo's sweat towel is legit. Have you ever seen a offensive coordinator who is in an air-conditioned booth wearing a full-size towel as his sweat towel? He is so fat right now. McAdoo. Gino regresses to the mean. I've been trying to tell y'all, count on this, is that not trying to take away what Gino has done this season, but you can't be Patrick Mahomes but so long, right? He regressed a little to the mean, 2 turnovers in the beginning. Why is JC Horn not on DK Metcalf?
It drives me furious.
Let's talk about that. Yeah. And the other was Brandon Smith, bro.
Running around. Dude, Brandon Smith needs to be on the field all defensive snaps. And it drives me insane when he isn't, because every time we see him, Brandon Smith is flying around. But no, to your point about JC Horn.
Yeah, let's talk about this. He was killing everybody, bro.
Yes.
He was killing Metcalf had nothing. Lockett was screwing us. Lockett was killing us today.
But that's because they knew that JC Horn wasn't going to travel.
And you got to give CJ Henderson a little credit.
Oh, dude, how about this? You have to give not only CJ Henderson credit, or what Greg might have to, but we need to put some respect on Chuba Hubbard's name, who has taken a lot of slander.
Just one game. He had
and
one
guess
game,
what,
bro.
Tony Dunn? That's right. My boy Shi Smith got a touchdown, baby.
Oh, my God.
What's up?
Oh, my God.
Put Demir Bird on every day that it's for the wide. Demir Bird can suck it. Shi Smith, baby, let's go.
Sure.
Cody, I'll be honest with you. You were winning most of these fights until you started to talk about Chuba Hubbard and Shi Smith. Both of those guys had one game, and Shi Smith had 1 catch. That was
Chuba
it.
and
One
Shy
Jones.
Smith, baby.
And
They're
doesn't
getting better
Shy
and better.
Smith
Chuba
look
Hubbard
like
had a game against
78-year-old man in his helmet? Like Shy Smith, when I looked at him, I was like, why is that old man on the field? And I was like, oh, that's Shy Smith. He got the anyway. I don't want to hear about the Chuba's mess.
Well, Cody, if Cody can take away Chuba, like take away Baker Mayfield's stats against the Bengals because they were playing against second stringers, then I can take away Chuba's stats in this game because he played against the worst.
I won't say that, but
but I don't want to take that away from him. I don't want to take that away from him. It is the same thing.
Game. They were 7-5. No, they weren't.
Chuba had a good game today.
Yes,
Chuba had a good game today, and I don't want to take that away from him.
I'm not trying to shit, but like, let's not act like one moment negates
that's exactly
the bad moments. That's what I'm just trying to say.
Shy Smith is a rookie, isn't he? Or like,
but I still want to go back to this JC Horn joint. Why? And I can understand that in the gameplay that your defense warrants times where you're just calling different defenses for different situational things to where you're not going to put your best corner on their number one receiver. But it's on the goal line. It's third down. I think it was third down. It just looked too easy. DK just ran straight and they threw it to him. Like he had been shutting it down. I just did not understand. Like, it was like, oh, he's our outside corner, so we got to put him on the outside. This is the one thing I just don't get. I feel like if you are a team that believes in your defense, I understand scheme, but when you have sensational players, you should play to their traits and to things. I just didn't get it. Just didn't get it. Okay. Man, I silenced y'all bitches.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think
whenever I'm doing shit, y'all find a reason to go quiet.
Right. I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah.
At the end of the day, and here's the part is that I'll agree with Tony, is like this was a pretty complete. If anything, here's the thing that I would argue against. I think the biggest liability today was our defense.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot, right? That's saying how good they were, right? But you got to keep in mind, Tony, they scored basically 20 unanswered or 17 unanswered points.
Yeah, I mean, like it got a little soft at that one.
And that was right before the half.
Coming out of the half.
No, right before the half. They caught up quick in the second quarter. Like we scored like 17 points after, basically with the drive that went into the second quarter, unanswered. We were up 17-0. And then
all of a sudden they're back in the game. It's a one score, and you're thinking these guys are about to take the lead.
Yeah, that's what the fear was because they got the ball coming out of halftime.
Not enough pass rush. Not enough pass rush.
That was the biggest concern, was the pass rush. If it wasn't for those 2 interceptions, this would not have been a win. I mean, and we got to play the game that was in front of us. The thing about those interceptions is those first 2 is they were created because of some pressure that was in his face.
Right. But we weren't just getting like relentlessly after them. I saw this, CK, and I think Panther Pickle is the one that tweeted it out, that Charles Cross had Brian Burns' number.
Yeah,
and you just don't want to hear that. You just don't want to hear that. Like, is that anyway? No, I agree. Well,
hey, talking about your 5 questions here, I do want to bring up a point you were mentioning a minute ago about McAdoo and the sweat towels, because that was something I brought up while we were watching the game in the cave, and I was like, why the hell does this guy have to be in an air conditioned unit and have towels around him like he's sweating like crazy?
Have you been fat? I have been fat. I have been. I'm telling you, I used to
just sweat for no reason.
When you were, you are. So there used to be a guy who did a show for the Panthers. God, what was his name? He did one of the after post-game shows, like Panther Talk by the Carolina Panthers themselves. And he said this one time. He said, "It's fall. It's when fat people come alive." And I was like, I get you, bro. I get you. I mean, because there's like, yes, like you are sweating. When you're overweight, you sweat. When you like aren't doing anything. And McAdoo is hefty right now.
But also, like my man JD says, man, let's give him some credit. Some people just sweat a lot. And look, this man has been having to listen to people slander him for the better part of a year, saying that his play calling is terrible.
Do you think it was bad today?
How about this? No, you know what? I mean, there were some points where it's like, okay, maybe you want to be a little more aggressive. But look, Ben McAdoo has tailored this offense to where even Sam Darnold can't fuck it up. It's simple. It's to the point. We're running the football. And if you notice, when we do ask Sam to pass, there's a lot of bootlegs. We're rolling him outside of the pocket. He is very healthy now. He's running around, and he's in a position to use his legs. Ben McAdoo or Joe Brady or whoever it was never going to look good as an offensive coordinator until we had a competent quarterback running the system. And that's why I am proud of Sam Darnold, because he's proving to be competent.
He threw 120 yards. Much. Now you're gushing too much.
I'm not gushing. I agree with you on this. Just enough.
I am not going to talk junk about McAdoo other than the towel. But I think it's clear is you wonder this. We've asked one question was Matt Rule holding this team back? Right. And all we could say at the end of the day is that Ben McAdoo has had more success when he was not with Matt Rule and not with Baker Mayfield. He's won games with PJ.
He's won
games with Sam Darnold. I don't care. Like, I mean, at the end of I know that people want to look at that game with the Rams' fourth quarter comeback and be like, oh, was it Ben Baker or Ben Mac? No. Ben McAdoo has been more successful without Matt Rule and without Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
give him anybody. Sam Issa, Jacob Issa, whatever the dude's name is.
How about this? Sam Darnold started last year 3-0. This year,
he's 2-0 right now.
2-0, baby. Dude, look, I'm telling you, with this team may not be where we want it to be just yet in terms of offensive efficiency, especially passing the football. But I'm telling you, this is a team that is now on the right track. All of our defensive linemen, save for Bradley Bozeman, are under contract for next year. We have the running backs. We got to figure out Dante Foreman's contract. But, dude, this team is built to add a few pieces, and we're ready to be launched into the stratosphere, man.
Shame
I'm telling you.
Shame him.
Shame
him, Cody.
And, yeah, look, man, listen. So, actually, real quick, a few orders of business, just so that way we don't miss these incredible donations we get from these fantastic Panther fans. David R. with the $4.99 says, Wilkes is our head coach. The Panthers can win this division. We need all of our fans at Bank of America for the Lions game. Keep pounding. David R. with the $4.99 comes back with another $1.99. Says Matt Rule 100% was holding this team back. David, it is undisputed. And you know what else is undisputed? We are going to finish this day the right way. The Panthers went on the road and got their first road victory since November of last year, baby. We are celebrating our victory. So in order to celebrate the right way, oh, yeah, baby, we about to shame almost 300 of you beautiful Panther fans. Big Papa, talk to 'em.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. The Carolina Panthers are contenders. They are going to be in control of their destiny from here on out. They win out, they win the NFC South, and they are in the playoffs. A schedule that looks pretty easy. But you guys have come here to celebrate the win against the Seattle Seahawks. Many thought was not a possibility. Many thought they were a juggernaut that was to be reckoned with. The Carolina Panthers came in, ran the rock down their throat. And you've come to celebrate with the C3 Panthers Podcast to talk about what you saw, to give game balls, to put some hate on maybe the opposing teams that we're going to be facing down the stretch. But you haven't hit that like button yet? Well, I have one thing to say to all you freaks. Subscriber shame. $293 viewers watching the C3 Postgame Show. 113 likes. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell so we can whoop the ass of the YouTube algorithm, just like the Carolina Panthers beat up on these pathetic Seattle Seahawks today. We're rolling. We got momentum in this division.
Tony Dunn, you want to jump into some cat calls? If you got something else you want, hey, let's do it, man. And let's listen to what these fantastic Panther fans have to say. You already know what it is. The number is 252-228-5098. Hit us up, leave a message. It's your show, baby.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like.
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
Come on, play. Oh, I don't got my phone volume turned up. Hold on. This is my fault. As usual. Bird course.
Dollars and I pay.
Look, right when I stop it, it does it every time.
A white chocolate espresso, Greg. I'm gonna have to get that cash app. I owe y'all $100, man.
Yeah.
I owe you guys $100 fucking, and I pay up on my bet. I'm a man of my word. So reach out. Let me get the cash app, and I'm gonna send you guys your $100. I don't know what to think about the game.
Yeah, he said.
I don't know how we're gonna compete
with
Sam Darnold passing under 120 yards and fucking DJ Moore having a 0 reception.
Oh my God, that killed me.
I mean, goddamn, if fucking Seattle had Kenneth Walker or somewhat of a run game, I don't know. Right now, we're still picking in the top 10. I feel good about that. Brian Burns, bro. Oh my God, what do you do? What the fuck do you do? And we're about to give this man this fat ass contract. It's fucking crazy.
Don't get on
what else do I want to touch bases on? Fucking Jeremy Chin, man, balled out, man.
Great point.
I love seeing Jeremy Chin ball out. That's all I really have to fucking say. I mean, the offense was anemic. Fucking pathetic.
Anemic is the word, but
man, I'm gonna stay in touch though, boys. Looks like we're 5-8. Same shit as we've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years. What's new?
You good, G baby?
You guys take care and everyone be safe.
Look, he's sad because he got to pay some money up. But look,
he's a man of his word, though.
And the draft pick. He's mad at the draft pick.
Well,
too.
no, I think this is G baby. Some people misunderstand him. You know what I'm saying? Because they get overwhelmed by his passion. Sometimes I guess I'm gonna say the wrong word. It's like an acid, like a acerbic, like it's like a caustic nature of his comments at times. But I always believe this with G baby. There is somewhere some middle truth that really exists in his comments.
Yeah.
I love everybody who's a fan of this show. So if you call up, if you're like, I love that. If you hate people, I love when you guys get intercolor rivalries. I love the fact that you guys are betting against each other. That's like the coolest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
But he is kind of the point is this. Sam Darnold threw 120 yards, and I'm over here trying to say, oh, man, Sam Darnold in the first half, right? Like, so that one is a little shot, not at me, but it's real. It's real. It's not like we're all of a sudden a great team. And there is something I got to ask. I mean, is he wrong on the Brian Burns joint?
On what? On what? Trading him?
No, not trading him, but that we're like, that this is a type of game actually where you kind of need Brian Burns to take over.
Yeah, but
this is a moment. Think about this. This team, nobody believed in them. They get this, they get turnovers, they do all of this. They're about to put their stamp on the world. Isn't this the game that Brian Burns should have 2 sacks in, 3 sacks?
But listen, I mean, shout out to Charles Cross. He had a good performance against Burns. But also, you got to understand, man, they know that Brian Burns is the primary threat. They know that he's the option.
I don't want to hear this, Cody.
No, because we keep on doing this shit all the time.
No, the best receivers win. The best players win. I don't care if you double them or not. People knew Randy Moss was the best threat. He still won.
He is the only consistent pass rusher on this team. And
maybe when it doesn't matter.
There are games when even Aaron Donald will get shut out. You don't talk about him much because those games, we either don't follow or they don't talk about him much. But listen, he was one of the ones that got that cleanup sack on when Shaq Thompson went in and got that sack. Brian Burns is always around the play. We need to get him some help.
That's not the point. No one said he's bad. It's about the bag. It's not about whether he's bad. It's about the bag. Look, Von Miller, look, he's 38 years old, it feels like. Until he tore his ACL, he's still slaying mugs. That's all I'm saying is that, like, we're not trying to trash on Brian Burns. I'm not. But like, you literally have to think it's time to pay the free agent. Is he
have to?
Or a good guy or a good guy? I don't know. I just want him to break out.
Are you really going to say that he's not worth it?
Two stacks.
We're not. Like, we're going to have to pay it. We're going to have to pay Brian Burns, or else we should.
That's what he's talking about.
Right, so we're gonna have to.
I'm not saying he's not good, guys. See, look, everybody's coming out.
But no, but what you are saying is that you don't want to pay him that kind of money because it is not necessarily deserving of that money.
No, I'm just asking: is he Brian Burns? Is he a Von Miller? Is he a not? And I don't need everybody to be the best player in the world.
Right.
But I'm just saying this is like when you pay them top money. Like Nick Bosa, Joey, like they get the money because they're the best.
But here's the thing, Tony. You got to keep in mind, like based on like grades and whatnot, Brian Burns is listed at the number 4 pass rusher in the NFL.
Right?
Did you not want him to do more today a little bit?
Sure, but at the end of the day, I mean,
was this not that day going up against a rookie?
But is that all his fault?
Against a rookie, like you don't think that he should have worked this guy a little bit more?
But dude, were you going through every single snap, counting how many times it was double team, how many times he lost a one-on-one?
It's just excuse.
Like the devil is in the details, man.
Excuse. It's just excuse after excuse.
But you're saying that he's not good enough to warrant that contract.
No, I didn't say. I said that. Yes, that he's not good enough to warrant the top defensive end contract in the league.
I think
I will say that right away.
I think that's an argument.
I don't think he's a top 5 defensive
argument.
end.
I
don't think he's a top 5 defensive end.
I don't know about that. Tony.
Top 5?
Yeah. He's at 10.5 sacks.
There are 5 defensive ends I'd take over him all day.
How many other defensive ends have even done what Brian Burns has done for us? He has 10.5 sacks.
Like 20.
Hey, Brian Burns could finish
this is a
year
He's gonna show his little
with
baby
13 to 15 sacks. He could finish this year.
First of all, this is the first year he's ever crested 10. Okay.
It don't matter. He's getting better. He's young. You have to bet on your young talent.
I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying I don't think he's top 5.
The argument. Here's the thing that I think that's important with regard to what we're seeing from Brian Burns. Number one, his rookie year, he sat out most of the year because of Ron Rivera keeping him off the field, first and foremost. Right. The second year wasn't like, he was still doing pretty good things, but he wasn't like blowing it out of the water. Last year, he had the highest pressure rate in the entire NFL. All right. This year, he's on pace to beat the record for sacks in the NFL in a season for the Panthers.
That's not true.
It is.
Yes, I love how you just said that's not true.
If he gets one more game for the rest of this, if he gets one more game for the rest of the year, he beats the Panthers record.
First of all, there's an additional game, number one, and I will tell you this:
sure,
that Julius Peppers was a rookie, bro.
Sure,
and he was suspended for 4 games because of performance. He took some Robitussin. Well, I call it Robitussin. He took probably some over-the-counter supplement that got him popped. This mug had 12 sacks in 12 games and a 99-yard interception in his rookie season.
Yeah.
No, but don't give me that shit. There is no way. He's not on pace to have the most. He will not get over 15 sacks.
He is on pace.
He's
not on pace. Why not? If he gets one more on a 16-game season. Because you gave him an extra game.
Look at the games that we're going to play the rest of the season. They're all losing record teams. We're gonna play Seattle.
Extra game.
We're gonna play
giving him
Tampa.
an extra game, bro.
We're gonna play New Orleans. Like, dude, this is easy money for Brian Burns.
Yeah, and Tony,
easy money.
You know I love.
Julius he was on pace till today. He should have caught that. He should have caught 2 today.
Well,
that's what you would
look,
like.
You know I love Julius Peppers.
I'm just
right?
ready for him to blow up. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, man, Julius Peppers is one of my favorite athletes all time, and I don't want to talk trash about him. But guess what? Julius Peppers is not even in the top 2 for most sacks in a season for Carolina. Like, I love Julius Peppers, but even Julius Peppers
is
not even in the top 2.
Well, let's put some context into this. First of all, the first
the 2 highest are
Green,
and
Hardy, who had what
15.5,
15, yeah, like crazy. But look, by the way, Julius Peppers in the top 4 of all time.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to talk trash. He's probably my favorite athlete.
Why are we even talking about Peppers? No, Burns is so young and getting better and better.
You guys,
and better.
A 17-game season. It's like comparing. It's
Tony,
like comparing
not,
1,000-yard.
Tony, we're not.
OJ
nobody
Simpson
did
Tony, that in 12 games.
You're talking about this like we just said that he's the best defensive back we've ever had, or defensive end we've ever had. Nobody has said that. We're telling you based on his performance
about
this
paying
year.
Him top 5 money.
But he is literally on pace to be in the let's take out the record-breaking pace that he's on right now with the 17-game season. He's still on pace to have more sacks this season and be in the top 3 of the entire anytime that we've had a defensive end in this league.
Right.
Like he's
they were doubling him.
You can't talk about this guy as not being
He's
a top
not even in
end.
the top 4 in the entire NFL.
That's because who's in the but when you're talking about defensive ends, he is.
Now let's keep going up.
Does that mean
let's
he's
go sacks? No, I just Googled sacks.
You can't put Matt Judon in there because he's not a defensive end.
Well, if you can't count Sam Darnold's runs as rushes, then you can't then yeah, I mean, come on, man, we're splitting.
He's not even in the top 5.
Yeah,
you're splitting hairs.
He's fifth.
Man. Brian Burns.
He's fifth. He's fifth in the NFL in sacks.
It's funny that you said, "Oh, I'm not."
I thought today was a day.
I'm just saying this.
I thought today he was going to go blow it up today.
He just
didn't perform today. He could have. Imagine this: if today he had 2 sacks, where now I'm sitting here going, "Give this dude the bag." Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Is he really good, or is he Nick Bosa?
You're disregarding all the context, though.
No, you can say that about any position.
No, it's
you
not.
Can say
you're
that
not
about
referencing how many. You're not referencing how many times it was double team.
I'm just saying how much.
You're not referencing that they were getting the ball out of his hand super quick. Dude, that's all. That all absolutely. It's no excuse, man.
It is. Real players take over the game, huh, man?
How about this? If Von Miller was the only pass rusher on this team, then yeah, they would shut him down too, because they're gonna relegate all their players.
Who else? Who else has been on his team? Who else?
On Von Miller?
You don't shut down Von Miller. No one shuts down Von Miller except for the injury.
Oh, he had DeMarcus Ware. He had Chubb. He had Aaron Donald. I don't want to hear that shit.
Hey, Tony.
If you only have one pass rusher, that's your main pass rusher.
I just want him to take over. I'm rooting for him.
Take them out of the game.
Take over.
Here's the question you have to ask yourself. You don't pay a player for what he's done for you. You pay him for what you think he can do for you in the future. So even though he's on pace to set the record this year, even if he doesn't, do you think Brian Burns can finish as a top 2 or 3 Carolina Panther ever defensive
Do you
end?
think?
And if he can, then you pay the man.
By the same argument, Tony.
I don't think
by that same argument, you would have said that we shouldn't have.
Does he get 15 sacks this year? Does he get 15 sacks this year?
I think there's a chance he could. There's a chance he could.
We're going against a really hobbled
in 16 games. Will you give me 16 games?
Yeah,
that means in the next 3 games he gets 5 sacks. That's very possible.
We're talking about facing
the game. He could have done it, man. I just wanted him to blow out this game. That's it. You guys are misinterpreting this as criticism. It's just about reset the market. All right, then let's reset the market. Let's reset the market for him.
That's the rule, man. You always reset the market.
You are saying that he is not worth the money that we're going to pay him. That is your argument.
I didn't
He's a
say
top 5
that
defensive
we're
end.
going to pay him. I said the reset the market number.
And
he shouldn't make as much as Nick Bosa.
He's a top 5 defensive end. You have to reset the market with him. You cannot sign him to something less than what that's the cutoff line right there.
Right, so he should be the highest paid defensive end.
He's going to get signed as the highest paid until somebody else steps over him.
Good for y'all.
That's the way it should be.
Good for y'all. I mean, like, I just don't.
We're also not paying a quarterback. Why do we give a fuck? It's not like we're gonna have all this money missing. Like, we're gonna be okay.
The best
we just have to continue to do what we're doing.
Our number one priority outside of if we need to go quarterback by the end of the year, our number one priority is going to be getting somebody to complement Burns on the other side, because that is the biggest problem.
That's what you did.
Yes.
How about this? Is he Batman or is he Robin?
He's
Batman.
Batman.
Okay.
No, he's Spider-Man, baby.
Well, you're right. Does Batman need Robin though?
No, of course not.
In a lot of ways, yes.
But you just said that this guy needs a compliment.
Man, let me read some of these damn super chats. How about that, bro? How about that? We're talking about paying Brian Burns and C3
top dollar. That's it. I want him to be a Panther. I like him. You guys are misinterpreting it.
No, your debate skills are failing you right now, because no one's taking it that way. Everyone's taking it as Brian Burns isn't.
You're right. Best running game in the history of the world. Best defensive end we've ever had in the history of the world. This is the best defense we've ever had.
There you go.
I don't know if you guys remember the year.
Correct. Now you sound like the Tony Dunn.
60 sacks in 2013, bro. 60
But
sacks.
that is exactly the testament that I'm talking about as to why we need a compliment. We don't have that, right? Like Brian Burns is doing this with nobody on the other side. That's the argument here, Tony.
Wow.
That's when you're looking at this team as a whole. Our defensive line doesn't have as great a pass rush unless you're bringing extra pressure from the edge, right? These guys aren't getting pressure on the interior. Derek Brown's doing great with the run game, but he isn't like a world beater when it's getting to the quarterback, right? The only person that's consistently getting pressure every single play, even if he wasn't getting home
Derek
today,
Brown. Thank you.
Derek Brown is not that guy. I'm sorry to say.
But look, we got a W today. Why are we talking about what our players are?
Because we're here. We got a lot of people listening.
Kicked that ass today, man.
Read the super chat.
You're too down, Tony. You're too down.
That's fine.
Enjoy the win.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that these Panthers are moving in the right direction, and so do these fine fans. Like D Hill, he says, actually has a different take. Says, don't give Wilkes a long deal, a 1-2 year at most prove it deal. That's DT. Appreciate you, bro. Christ Courage says, seems like this team can only win by giving the fans a heart attack. And Burns doesn't deserve elite pass rushers contract, in my opinion. Nah, do the first one. The first one was better. And then Eric 37 says Burns needs a partner in crime.
That's fine. I agree with all those things. Don't disagree with it.
If you got this man a booking, you're still going to be talking about a player.
You mean like last year?
No, I mean, okay.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh,
God. Better. Yo, you're
such
a shit heel today, dude. You're a turd in the punch bowl. You're a turd in the punch bowl. That's what you're doing, man.
No, I just
you're making it all.
You guys are acting like he's the best defensive end we've ever had.
No, we've literally just argued against
Charles
Johnson.
Better.
Look, Charles Johnson was a better defensive end than Brian Burns.
Look, he can even break the record.
But Tony, when you say we're acting like that, none of us have ever directly said that. You're trying to put a different.
You want to pay him top 5 money
because he deserves it. What are you going to do? Are you going to let him walk otherwise? If Brian Bird says, "I want to be the highest paid defensive end in the NFL," and he finishes the season as a top 3 defensive end, are you not going to pay him?
If you want to say that Burns doesn't deserve the highest paid, that's fine. But
that's
to say
I've said this whole entire time.
You're going to say that it doesn't deserve top 5. You said there are 5 players that you could name better than him. Dude, I'm telling you, you're going to have to pay him top 5 money, and he deserves it.
Okay. Joey Bosa is.
Okay. No, I think he's a really good player.
I think you could argue
he's a really good player. But I'm telling you, man, I just want him to be done. All right. Look, you guys love him, man. You gotta fucking buy his jersey, man. Go buy it.
I also think this whole thing about him breaking the record and saying he's the best ever is inaccurate.
Until he signed him.
Tony,
look, and I'm buying it for China so he don't get no more extra money because he got overpaid.
Tony, I think it's important you also look at Joey. If you want to say Joey Bosa, I think Joey Bosa and Brian Burns are comparable. The most sacks Joey Bosa's ever gotten in a season was 12.5.
Brian Burns is almost there.
Oh shit! What's up now?
Look, and I want to point out too, just in case he
Brian
breaks
Burns
the record,
ain't even gotten that yet.
But
he's on pace for it.
Look, even if he breaks the record, Tony,
do you know that Sam Darnold was on pace for the most wins when he went 3-0 in the first 3 games?
We're 7. But Tony, we have 4 games left in the season. You can't use that argument.
Well, first, a 17-game season elongates a lot of different things.
Sure, but even if
that's a big deal for like that type of stuff. And I know people don't really believe that, but like go back and look at running back statistics and look at what OJ did in 12 games. My man had a 2,000-yard season in 12 games.
But the difference between 12 and 16 is way different than the difference between 16 and 17. That's
hey, just listen to my man.
I want to bring him back. I want to bring him back. I just don't want to handicap.
But it doesn't matter. One hand and sitting the other.
Nope.
See which one fills up first. Hey,
let me tell you one other thing.
Dude, JD864 with the $5 says everything that you need. Brian Burns is young and improving. You pay him and draft a Venom for Spider-Man. There you go, man. We just need that 1-2 defensive punch. No. And by the way, if we do,
I'm not letting y'all do this to me.
If we do slip in, it's already been done. If
I'm not letting you bully me. I'm calling out receipts.
If we do slip into the playoffs, the Panthers are barely even going to be looking at quarterbacks. And you're going to be talking about pass
calling receipts on this. Go back and listen to longest running Panthers podcast, the C3 Panthers Podcast. We're here every Tuesday night since 2013, bro, when we did get 60 sacks. And who was the guy 8 months ago before we went into the season said we need to extend Burns now? Who is the guy that said, oh, wait, the Carolina Panthers have made him the face of the franchise. They are making him in all. Oh, we're seeing video of Brian Burns and all the promo stuff.
Oh,
he's doing the Spider-Man. That was me. I'm about this. Is we should have, if you believe like you believe in Brian Burns right now, we had an opportunity in this past offseason to get ahead of this.
Hey,
that is what I'm saying.
Right. But
I don't want to pay Christian McCaffrey after he got the 2,000-yard season. I want to extend him before he got it. I believed in Brian Burns 8 months ago as a player that should be on this team. And now you're going to have to pay top dollar. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on. Before we move on, Tony,
right then.
Let's go ahead and remove the 17-game season from the equation, Tony, because you lost that. He didn't start. He didn't play week 3 against the Saints.
So there you go. 16 games. Yep.
Okay, well, go back and who had the most before him? Did Greg Hardy play all 16?
Yo, let's go to the next call.
Next call.
Yeah, we've done this for a minute.
I've been all about this, man. I've been all about Brian Burns. It's not about
you
that.
Haven't.
We should have paid him
and you're not now.
Oh, Greg, go back and get the receipts. No, it's swear to Christ, man. When I said, look, why is Brian Burns the face of everything? We should have negotiated that contract this past offseason. One of the best things we ever did with Cam Newton. By the way. One of the best things we did with Cam Newton was sign him earlier than later.
Look, you were right about that. We should have done that, but we didn't. And this is where we are now. And I'm not going to let him walk away because he doesn't want to be one of the highest paid players in the league when he's performing. But you don't want to pay him. And if you don't pay him, he's going to walk away. I'm going to pay this guy before he walks away.
All right. You're right. He's the best defensive.
Play the
next call.
Anthony from Charlotte. Awesome win today, baby. Awesome win. Beat the Seahawks. First winning team we beat all season. First, I want to say the defense is playing as good as any other defense in the league. The 49ers particularly is playing as good as them. The offense, I mean, this O-line is top 3 in the league? I mean, let's just be honest here. Like, they are top 3. They don't allow sacks. Even though Sam Darnold, yes, he's throwing for 110 yards a game. That is not acceptable, okay? eventually, if we do get into the playoffs, we're gonna have to be throwing more, because eventually teams are gonna start to figure out that, well, we're only when we can run the ball for 150 yards plus. But yeah, I mean, great win. I mean, now we got Pittsburgh, Detroit, Tampa Bay, and New Orleans. So, I mean, they're all 4 winnable games if we win out. 9-8, baby. So, I mean, yeah, it'd still be a winning season. I mean, the Bucks took a terrible loss today, absolutely terrible. They have Cincinnati next week. So, yeah, great win. And I still just want to say this for Greg, because I was talking to Greg about this. We were having the Baker Mayfield conversation. He's not on the team anymore, so it doesn't really matter now. But, I mean, seriously, does anyone doubt that if he was in a situation where the run game was giving him 150 to 200 yards a game rushing, he couldn't be able to even manage the game better than this? Like, Sam Darnold did a fine job, for sure. Seattle's defense is not the best, so it makes sense. But at the same time, I'm just happy we won, man. I really am. I got the cold right now, so I don't seem as excited as I normally would. But this is awesome, man. I mean, think about it. If the Saints beat the Bucks last week, we're in first place. So,
why are we still talking about Baker Mayfield, dude?
So, yeah. All right. That's all I gotta say. Anthony from Charlotte, C3, you're the best. Keep motherfucking pounding, baby.
I mean, keep pounding, but it's like, dude, look, if I never hear the name Baker Mayfield again for the rest of my life, it'll be too soon, man. Look, I mean, and no one's even saying, I think, Sam Darnold is a definite long-term answer. Like, we're just impressed that this dude is doing enough. He's doing enough. And I don't care about what any of the numbers say, what the run game was. Sam Darnold has looked him and PJ Walker have actually looked competent under center. Baker Mayfield never did that. If you're a fan, wish him success with the Rams and move on, man. Because it's really, dude, we have to worry about the future now, and the future that's very much in our hands.
Cody, you are 100% wrong with that, but I'm not going to argue the point, because where you are right is Baker Mayfield is gone and it's time to stop talking about him. I agree with the caller 100%, Anthony. Like, once again, you can go back and look at the stats of the first 2 games. Baker didn't lose, but we still lost. You can go back and throw in 150 rushing yards in those games, see if we don't win them. Baker had 1 bad game. Then beyond that, he played pretty well, or at least what you saw today. At least what you saw today, Baker played that. Dude, you can play that all you want to, but the stats do not lie. Bro. Stats don't lie, man. Go back and look at it.
All the time.
They do.
Okay,
man.
So you're telling me, and I didn't want to get into this.
All the time.
You're telling me in the first 2 games against the Giants and the Cleveland Browns, where Baker Mayfield drove down the field to win the game, and we had bad calls and defense lose it.
He didn't win the game.
He drove down the field to win the game, and we had bad calls and bad defense. You're telling me if you don't give him 150 rushing yards instead of 35, the game's not different?
Dude, he didn't ever get over
I'm just asking, man.
He never crested 200 yards passing. Let's go to the next call.
He never did.
Yeah, he was terrible. Greg, bad take.
No, it's not a bad take.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Take over, because people are hating on me. Greg, throw the tomatoes at Greg now.
Yeah, hey, throw them at me, but I'm not wrong.
What's going on, C3 family? D, Sanford, North Carolina. Had to call in to talk about how excited I am about my Panthers. Laugh at me if you want to. We still got a chance. But doggone, Deontay daggone, punch him in the forehead. Foreman was running all over the place. Chuba was solid. Frankie Lubu was Lubu. And J.C. Horn was making this claim as the best cornerback in the game. Yeah, we had some mistakes. Yeah, the offense stalled out a little bit, but Sammy D was doing his thing. Terrace Marshall catching balls with his knees, people. He's catching balls with his knees. Solid win, running the ball, smash mouth defense, made Geno look like the Geno back with the Jets and so forth. Hey, shout out to them Panthers. Shout out to the C3 Podcast. Shout out to the listeners. Keep pounding.
Pounding. See, that's the vibe, man. Where did we go wrong? That's the vibe. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Isn't that a song?
Oh,
we need to start playing that song. We need to be happy about this team because everything is out in front of us, man. Like, look, we said that Seattle, now people are saying Detroit, but for a while, if you looked at the record, Seattle was the biggest test next on our record. And we passed it today.
Not a test, but a need. Look, this is the first time, Cody, you have kind of been, usually you're the, that's tank guy. And then surprisingly,
play for.
Yeah, but like, but we were mad at, I was mad at you for like trying to be like, oh, I'm being a team guy now. And I just want to win. I thought you were saying it a little prematurely this year. I think this win right here, as the Bucks lose, actually make it a reality. That's what I'm saying. Like today was, if we would have lost this game, yes, you could have given me all the stats that the Bat Daddy would give me. You could have given me all the scenarios, but this one projects us in a different way, I think. You know, I mean, it's like there. I mean, this was a big game for the Carolina Panthers with the team nobody believed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was a giant win. It's like, can you name a win in the last 5 years that has been more important than this one? And I don't think you can.
I mean, no,
5
man,
years.
This feels the best. And the fact that we haven't won on the road in over a year, that was a big deal. And by the way, the reason, you know, I don't change my opinion like I change my underwear. Those other years that I did want to tank, the Panthers never had a shot to win the division. Meanwhile, right now, this year, so look, Seattle's done. Our next games are the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are not a great football team. And their quarterback position is so up in the air right now. What's his name? Kenny Pickett got put into concussion protocol. Mitchell Trubisky was out there throwing interceptions. Like, this defensive backfield, we're meant to go head to head with that kind of team. The Detroit Lions, right now, they're looking like a tough test for us. But we play them at home. And that matters, man, especially if we're going to be building towards a potential run at the division. Then we finish our division, we finish our schedule in division. We control our destiny. And if you're Steve Wilkes, that's what you're telling to the Carolina Panthers. Everything you want is out in front of you. Don't ask no questions. Go out there and take that shit from them. And that's what we're about to do, baby. Come on. Boom.
Agreed.
Mic drop. What's up?
Agreed.
All right, let's go to the next call.
Podcast brothers, how y'all doing? Woo!
I think
5 and 8. 5 and 8. Man, we played our fucking hearts out, man. Do you see the run game? That's the way I play. Like playing on man. I used all 3 fucking running backs, man. Shout out to J.C. Horn and the dude from Florida, man. C.J. Anderson, whatever, man. Is it me or is he playing better since Wilkes is fucking the head coach and we got rid of Phil Snow? And hey, man, we played a damn good motherfucking game. That damn defense was sick. 2 interceptions, 3 fucking sacks. Man, Frankie Louvu was damn balling, man. And shout out to Terrace Marshall Jr. Catch of the fucking year. Y'all see that damn catch, man, between his damn legs, man? Oh, my God, man. Beautiful. I'm happy. 5 and 8, y'all. 5 and 8. Give me a take on that, y'all. Keep pounding.
Yeah, dude, we have to talk about that. That Terrace Marshall catching it between his legs. Incredible. Like, I mean, literally using his legs, never letting it touch the ground. Dude, Sam threw a dart and TMJ made a good catch, man. You cannot give up on these young players, and I hope that's what it goes to show. A lot of these players that are young and they've experienced some ups and downs, you can't give up on them. There's talent in those players. You have to cultivate that talent, and I believe that now you're starting to see that with a lot of these guys. And shout out to Terrace Marshall, man. That was an incredible play that he made today.
Yeah.
Incredible. Shout out to, and I don't want to I know that like sometimes it's just easy to find, and I get mad at people that find the easy answers to things that are right or wrong. But look, is that Terrace Marshall Jr. languished under Matt Rule, and he's been nothing but good since Matt Rule left. Maybe it's Robbie Anderson leaving. But come on. How has he not been? He's been like the most productive receiver for the Panthers in the last 3 weeks, 5 weeks or something. I don't know. Look, I'm happy for Terrace Marshall Jr. I wish he could. I want him to do even more at this point. I'm a little disappointed in the Panthers passing game when I really look at the stats. Wasn't even a little bit better than that. DJ Moore, no catches. Really?
Yeah. It killed me. That probably lost my fantasy season.
Should have been
right
a TD all day. That was just Sam Darnold hanging it behind him. Wasn't ready for it. If he led him on that touchdown.
Yeah.
The number's 252-228-5098. Man, I'm so incredibly thankful that we're back, baby, and the fans are back. It's awesome. Let's go to the next goal.
Yo, it's White Chocolate Espresso. And guess what? I'm calling for one reason.
I know what it is.
I want my money. I want it now. Cash App. $K-Bosh89. Let me spell it for you. $KBOSH89. Can you say it again? I'll say it again. Get a pen, get a piece of paper, and write it down. So I don't want you to make any mistakes. $KBOSH89. How about JC Horn? Peace.
Poor damn D-Baby is going to be broke.
Hey, look.
We might not see G-Baby again, dude. Yeah. We might not see him again, to be honest with you.
He already called up. We're
gonna he's a man of his word. He'll be back.
You might have to get on a payment plan for this.
Yeah,
let's go to the next call. We got a lot of calls.
C3 Nation, what's going on? Nate Hedden of the Panthers Den. Let me tell you something, man. It is 3 minutes and 12 seconds left. This is going to be my only call tonight. Are y'all seeing this? We are dominating the line of scrimmage. We are running this ball down their neck. It's 27-17. Mm-hmm. It's 3 minutes and 6 seconds, and they just took their final timeout. I'm sorry, Panther Nation. Look, it's time to come on in. It's time to come in. Forget about these little draft picks and whatnot.
We're about winning after
time today. To bring your minds in, and it's time to focus. We're about to be in that playoff conversation.
Yep.
It's time for us to rally. Forget the tank talk. I'm gonna twist Pastor Troy's words up. I don't care what you say. It ain't no tank in the bank.
Hey,
that's the new. This is what we're going with. Mm-hmm. It's win time. We can do this. Everybody needs to start believing from this day forward. Keep pounding.
I really believe this is the game that made us for me personally. I don't know what you guys were thinking, but this is the game that all of a sudden now I've pivoted completely in the direction of this year.
This is real.
Is that it just felt like, especially as we watched the demise of Tom Brady in front of our eyes. And I've been one of the last holder outs of him. I don't think it's just him. He's led some last quarter final game. He's bad right now. The Bucs are toast, it looks like. I thought today if they would have went and won on the road against the 49ers, against the Purdy or whatever, then you're sitting there thinking they're a gritty team that's finding their way. They're not. And the Panthers may be that team. The number's 252-228-5098. Let me not skip over the long call. Maybe I already did.
All right. Two things I need to say real quick. It's JJ. I think the Panthers should hire the Lions offensive coordinator as their future head coach. Just get an offensive mind in. I think he's the best one available. We can't pass up on the next Mike McDaniels or Kevin O'Connell, someone like that.
You don't even know his name.
What was next? I'm sorry. Give me a second. Yeah, it's time we cut the BS. Stop playing with Trevor Lawrence. He's a franchise quarterback. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown.
Cherry picking one game.
Blowing out the division-leading Titans in Tennessee. Quit playing with that man. Franchise quarterback. It's not outrageous to trade J.C. Horn, Tommy Tremble, Terrace Marshall from that draft class for Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my God!
So yeah, I think that's well spoken. Also, I think this is a big game to show who Steve Wilkes is. Road game, 0 road wins this season. 3-4 as a head coach, coming off of a bye. I've been excited for this game all 2 weeks, should I say? And yeah, keep pounding, Panthers. Let's get a win today. I called before the game, so hopefully things go good.
I like that. I like that.
Good, CK. Get him.
I was going to say, I know the urge is in this NFL to fight and go out there and try to get an offensive-minded head coach. We've been trained that way for 5 years or more because of Sean McVay, right? And now you have Mike McDaniels and whatnot. But in all honesty, a lot of these guys don't work out. But I also think you need to understand the NFL is cyclical, okay? And why I say that, we've talked about it before, why I say the NFL is cyclical is these are trends. So they go with the athletic quarterback, and then they go with the pocket passer, and then they do X, Y, or Z, and then they go back around, and it's just this cycle, right? I firmly believe we're on the verge of going the other way with defensive-minded head coaches. I think that when you have this many offensive-minded head coaches in the NFL, that you need to have that counter punch, right? And I think Steve Wilkes is a perfect example of that. And I think that he can be good when he's able to build this team up even more so than he's got now, with a full off season of putting in his own vision of what this team should be. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. Am I naive in saying it's a surefire thing? No, but there is not a single head coach that's been hired in the past 10 years that has ever been a surefire thing. Sean McVay was a risk when they hired him. Mike McDaniel is a risk. Even though they're doing really good right now, that was not a surefire thing with them. So I understand the urge to do that because everybody is doing that. I think we need to go the opposite way if we want to find success in the future, because right now I think that some of these guys going offensive minded are going to be hurting in the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah. Look, I just want to that's a great point to add on to the call there, but I just want to ask about this call. Are you really telling me you would have traded Terrace Marshall Jr., J.C. Horn, all the players who drafted that year for Trevor Lawrence for a guy who's 5-8 this year? And since we're cherry picking games, since everybody wants to talk about Trevor Lawrence when he has a great game, how about we cherry pick the last game, not the one he played today, the last game where he had 179 yards, 54 completions, and 1 touchdown. Okay, let's cherry pick those games. This guy averages a little bit slightly better than what Sam Darnold did today. They're playing in a division that is almost as bad as the NFC South, and they have the same record as the Carolina Panthers. Let's stop acting like this guy is the next coming of the best quarterback ever. I'm not saying he's bad. But he is. No, I do not. Oh my gosh, I want a man playing quarterback. No, look, man, I'm just telling you, Trevor Lawrence is not the next coming of God in the NFL.
You're completely disregarding.
You will take a 15-yard out pass. No, y'all will take a 15-yard out pass by Trevor Lawrence. That is a routine pass that I can make with nobody covering him and say it's the best
you're
pass
not
ever.
making not a one of those stones. What, dude? Now you're off the rails, dude.
Oh my god!
Off the rails.
Mom, go to
go
bed.
Pick 5 guys in the street and film me on
my mother is in the chat.
20 yards.
Cramping my style.
Let's play devil's advocate here. I think it's okay to say that the body of work Trevor Lawrence has put out there has been more than disappointing, right? However, the game that he had today was incredible.
It was good. I'll give you that. All I'm saying is he is not like the next thing so far. There are plenty of quarterbacks that have played as many games as him that have played way better than he has. I'm not saying he's not the future. He's not going to be a good quarterback in the future. But you know what, Cody, I put the bet out there. I'm going to know you in 15 years. I guarantee you right now $100. Trevor Lawrence never plays in or wins a Super Bowl. Never plays in or wins a Super Bowl. I don't care about
this. Come on, we're changing the topic. We're changing the topic. Number 1 is this. Mom, if you're still in the chat, you still Kevin, KG, 7 threes. his Beavis and Butthead shirt that you threw out that he left at the house because you thought it was like satanic or something? Like, as my mom was like, "Oh, it says bad." This is in the 90s. So Kev has been my boy since back in the day. Kev, she still owes you a T-shirt that you left at her house. I was like, "Where that T-shirt?" She's like, "I threw it out." I was like, "Good God." Second, we can't talk about the Lions offensive coordinator if you don't know his dang name. And by the way, his name is Deuce Staley. That's it. So, like, let's not be like, "Oh, we're going to try to hire him," if you don't even know his name. Let's go to the next call.
Tony, Cody, CK, and the Bat Daddy Boy Toy. How about that offensive line today? Brady Christensen, Bradley Bozeman, they just dominated in the middle there. But I tell you what, ask you guys, how come the Seattle Seahawks aren't stopping the run? They put their safeties back. They're doing a cover 2 defense when the Panthers have wide receivers and tight ends who usually can't get open. What the hell's up with the Seattle Seahawks? Anyway, a good win. Gentlemen, keep up the good work. Bye-bye.
Appreciate you.
Don't fight
Appreciate
back,
you.
Mom. Don't fight back. It was not Kev's. And I think you also threw away his Black Sabbath shirt, too. Like, I think there was a double shirt throwaway. My mom does not like Magic and heavy metal and Beavis and Butthead, clearly.
Hey, CK, the combination of Tony and Greg have lowered my collective IQ a little bit today. I'm having a hard time reading. Can you read this for me? Because I don't know what it says, dude.
It says Spencer Rattler is greater than Trevor Lawrence. It doesn't have the line underneath, so it's not less than or greater than or equal to. It is full on greater than Trevor Lawrence with a 199 love bomb by White Chocolate Espresso.
I like it.
Wow. I mean, I don't agree, but hey, I do what I'm told. He wanted Cody to read that. So that's what happened.
That's what happens when everybody's named Cody on the podcast. Next call.
Hey, go Panthers. Everybody. G-Baby owes everybody $100. Steve Wilkes is the next permanent head coach of the Carolina Panthers, and fuck all the haters, including some of you so-called Panther fans.
Man.
Love it.
Yeah. I love when Pickle gets excited.
I have an idea about the G-Baby thing. I have an idea, but we have to agree to it collectively, all the people who bet him, so that we can have a G-Baby that's actually rooting for the Panthers. Can we tell him that we won't make him pay the $100 to each of you if the Panthers win the division?
No, oh, you mean like you got to give him a double down bet?
No, not a double bet down, but saying, hey, listen, we're going to be generous. If the Panthers win the division, you won't have to pay us the $100. Like, not that he's going to get anything.
I feel like the chat's ready to collect his money right
They
now.
are, but
they're like in a line. They're like at the bank on a
people
bank
are in
run.
the cat calls coming for his head, dude.
If G-Baby,
they're giving their chat for cash.
Hey, listen, Tony, if it meant you were saving $600, would you change your opinion on Brian Burns?
No, because yes, no, because but look, Cody last year owes me like $9,000 and
No, I don't. You can't even back that
Yes,
up. No, I
dude.
don't, dude.
All right, night $80, totally.
I owe you like.
Oh,
nothing.
you know what? You totally owe me the one on what was it? Was it Shy Greg, or was it Terrace Marshall? The 600 yards, and somebody called in and even joked on him.
Yeah,
remember the caller that bombed you?
Freaking cat callers, man. But dude, you know what? I still stand by. But in a couple of years, it's not even going to be a question. Shy Smith is way better than Demir Bird. Oh shit! What's up?
All right, now he just wants to extend the podcast till tomorrow. Next call. Like, that's just a way to make this podcast go interminably long. Next call.
I mean, dude, he's just better. You know?
Hey guys, it's the growl that makes them howl, aka Joey the Blind Panther. Oh my God, Dude, what a keep pounding win. Like, this is literally keep pound. I mean, that's literally what we did. We kept pounding the Seattle Seahawks with our run game, knowing that they can't stop shit, and doesn't it feel good to not be the ones that everybody knows can't stop shit. And our offensive line, man. Oh my God, are they good? This is the real deal, dude. And you know what's great about these wins under Steve Wilkes? The only win that was not confidence inspiring was Week 3 against the Saints with you know who at the helm. That was the only one. All the other wins that we've had, the wins that we've had against Tampa, the win that we had against Atlanta, what we did against Denver, what we just did today, dude. We looked awesome. We looked great. We look like we deserved to win, and we did.
Yes.
And I know that and some people are gonna say, you know how people are, they're gonna find ways to complain, you know. And speaking of complaining, hey G baby, what does your bitch ass have to say about J.C. Horn now?
Oh shit!
Or did you watch the game? But I know people are gonna say, "Oh, all we did was run the ball. All we did was give to Deontay Foreman for most of the time." Yeah, we gave to Deontay Foreman a lot because they couldn't stop it.
Good Lord!
And you know what I have to say to that? What does that matter? We fucking won. We knew what we had to do to win, and we did it, and we won. And yeah, and yes, I know DJ Moore wasn't that involved today. He actually did get used in the run game, which I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, I never thought of DJ Moore as being used in the run game. We used to do it with Samuel, but not DJ Moore. But yeah, dude. And when I think of this win, you know what I think about? That song, that 2.5 Men song, Men, Manly Men. That was a manly win, dude.
Yep.
Oh, God, that felt so good. And to beat Seattle in Seattle. Anyway, guys. Wow.
Ooh, great call. Been a great show tonight.
Fantastic.
Greg, chef's kiss, by the way, for the image in the private chat that we got. You're making fun of Trevor Lawrence. Love that. Second, Mom.
Oh my God.
Pull back on the Italian chat. My mom in here like the Godfather up in here. She's like, y'all show me the respect I deserve.
I need to talk about something that I just saw.
But I'm saying this, Mom, you got to remember this is a show. We're not trying to hash out the family business, but so much. Of course I love you. Of course I respect you. But she's like, come to the altar of the look, so Italian. Most Italian John ever. It's like, hey, you don't show me the respect I deserve in this moment. I bred you, I raised you. Come on, Mom. It's a show. We gotta have some fun. It's not about this. I love you. I love you, moms.
It's just boys being boys, Miss Dunn. That's all.
So basically, I wanted to talk about something I just saw in the Dolphins-Chargers game. By the way, the Chargers have been absolutely dominating the Dolphins. The Dolphins got a pass interference call that went their way that was absolutely bogus. It shouldn't have been a pass interference call. But they also just got a play that made them the luckiest freaking team I've ever met in my life. They had a situation where they had ran the ball. The running back fumbled the ball. It went into a pile of people. And everybody on the Chargers defense was like, all right, well, we can't change it. And literally in this pile, all of a sudden,
the Dolphins pick it up and run with it.
The ball pops out of the pile into Tyreek Hill's hands, and he just runs 70 yards for a touchdown.
What game? Wasn't there a college game that this happened last week? It was the Georgia game a couple of weeks ago, where there people just like, oh, game over. They blocked the kick, and then everybody just looking around. So what's the score? Give us the score because
it's 7-10. The Chargers are beating them. The Chargers should not be anywhere close. The Chargers have absolutely decimated the Dolphins. They've made Tua look absolutely average at best.
Wow.
And then that happens.
Who's made him look average at best?
The Chargers.
Obviously, Justin Herbert.
The Chargers. Their defense.
Sorry, I had to go after Cody on
Oh,
that.
so how? So
Herbert's been good, actually.
All right, let's go to the next call.
C3, what
a lot of calls ago. We're excited. What? Why'd you stop?
What happened?
I didn't stop it.
They were awesome on both sides of the ball.
Restart it.
He's done. He's breaking up.
Game ball, I think. That ball played.
Sorry, bro. I mean, that was not on me. That was a breakup. Next call.
All right.
Breaking up with
This
y'all.
is G. I got another thing to say.
Oh, G, baby.
Man, thank God Sam Darnold had a fucking run game today. Jesus fucking Christ.
All 20
As soon as we start having these games where we can't run the ball, we're fucking done. If it wasn't for us being able to somewhat run the ball, Chuba and fucking Deontay Foreman both having 75 yards rushing, but then we only bro.
Don't know how we got so many yards rushing.
Oh my God. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a big fucking problem when we run into a team that can actually stop the run. All these weak-ass, sorry-ass Panther fans want us to go to the fucking playoffs. Let's go win the division. As soon as we run into that first fucking team, the very first set, it doesn't matter. All the teams in the fucking playoffs stop the run. So as soon as we get into the fucking playoffs, we're going to run into a team that can stop the run, and then we get our asses fucking kicked.
Ooh.
But we go to the fucking playoffs for team morale. This shit just doesn't make sense. But this is what you fucking Panther fans want.
The Texans.
I want to win. I want to be a competitive team,
man.
Yeah,
And you know who the fuck this is? Oh, hold on. I gotta.
He's coming after me.
Joey is a fucking blind panther.
Oh,
bro.
never mind.
Oh, dude, they're going to war.
You, bro. But like at the end of the day, I don't want to be that stereotypical angry nigga. But I can't have you continuously calling me a bitch because then I have to fucking defend my name, bro. You fucking can walk around that entire Bank of America and not see, but you can't ever bring your ass on the free throw. I'll say that shit to my motherfucking face. Shake my head, Joey. I'm gonna keep it at that. Like I said, I don't want to be the stereotypical angry nigga.
Why you gotta say it like that, G?
So funny because Joe does come hard out the paint, man. On the
yeah, but G Baby went.
He brings it. G Baby brings it too. Like he invites that.
Yeah, and that's why everybody wants their money. CK, that's why I don't think they're gonna go for your
sure
your extendo bet.
I just want to see 808 call. I need a more digits than that. I need the last four, homie. I'm looking for your call like crazy. I don't see it.
I just want G Baby to be happy for this team. That's all. That's why I thought that was an option, because I want him to root for this team and be happy when we get a win and not just.
Bro, we're making G Baby gear soon. We're gonna have coffee mugs that have G Baby tears on it. That's what I want. I think this is gonna be the greatest seller to people that really listen to the show. G Baby Tears coffee mug, I think would be great. 252-228-5098. I need the last four, homie. I don't see it.
Here it is.
Yeah, Sir Panther Nation. We took that dub. We got a road win. It's JJ. By the way, I just want to mention I'm more of a Midwest fan because I live over by Louisville, Kentucky. I just want to shout out since I'm technically not from the home of Charlotte. But we got that dub today. Don't matter. We went into their house. So fuck the 12. Fuck the Seahawks. Fuck everything they do. I hate the Seahawks. I hate them just as much as I hate the Broncos. And they're up there with the Saints and Falcons, honestly. Those are the four teams I hate the most. But I felt like our team was going to come out, do what they do, be gutsy, dominate the line of scrimmage. And we had a chance to win this game. And we did. We dominated. We ate. Sam Darnold didn't make the mistakes. It says DJ did absolutely nothing, but it's okay. We still got that dub. Yeah, and it's time we stop hating on Chuba Hubbard because he's a dog, all right? Keep pounding. Let's go.
You better put some respect on Trooper Hubbard's name,
put
damn
no
it.
respect on that dude's name.
Put some respect on Trooper Hubbard's name. What does this man have to do?
Yards. Yeah, let's
What
jump
does
up
this
and
man
down.
have to do for y'all to get over a few drops that he had early in his career?
A career of drops, Cody. Cody,
Let this man live.
It's been a career of drops, bro. Like
terrible,
a 2-year career.
Bro.
It's been a career of drops.
All right, dude. Okay, maybe we should stop throwing him the football and let him run through the tackles, like he has clearly shown the ability to do.
Stop with your bad
Put some
takes.
respect
Let's go
to
here. JD probably
put some respect.
Respect, giving them no respect.
Yo, C3, it's JD 864. It's 6 minutes 28 seconds left in the game as I make this phone call, and I'm gonna need everybody. I'm gonna need, if you watch football, if you know what football is, I'm gonna need you to put some respect on JC Horn's name. JC out there
Chuba Hubbard, I was
stunning
killing this call.
DK Metcalf. You feel me? We got a shutdown corner in that man. Motherfucking University of South Carolina, fucking cornerback university. I put some respect on Horn's name. G baby, you want to trade the man? That's what a shutdown corner look like. I'm gonna need y'all to come with that same energy. Hey, we need to trade Burns. We ain't trade. Ain't no tank in here. Ain't no tanking in here.
All right, here's
I'm gonna need y'all to come.
Here's part 2 of his goal.
Chill, C3 is JD 864. Again, game's a few seconds away from being over, but I had to call in and somebody get in contact with Burns and tell him to do up downs until I get tired, because that offside, that free play that they had was because he was walking his ass up to the line of scrimmage. I love Burns, but I need somebody to get in contact with him. Tell him Justin Young said, do up downs until I get tired, because that's some bullshit, man. You're a goddamn superstar. You know you don't do that shit. But hey, we got the dub. Keep pounding.
All right.
Peace.
Good call.
Keep pounding, dude. Jason.
Hey guys,
are you gonna break
out to make some howl, aka Joey the Blind Panther again? And yeah, I know this call is probably not going to get played, but whatever. I'm gonna make it anyway because wow, we won. And no, this is not the end.
All right, thanks.
But I have been thinking about this quite a while, and I have long maintained this, that if we let Matt Rule go at the end of last year and Steve Wilkes was our head coach to begin the season, we would be the clear favorite to win the NFC South. We would be in the playoff picture, like not only because we are in the playoff picture to win this shit show of a division, but we would have been a legit team. And like, I know that national media doesn't like the Panthers because I don't know or care, because this is my team, and I love them with or without the national media's approval. But if you know football, and we had been playing like this the entire season, and we didn't look dead in the water because we had fat fool, rat mule, Nat Pool, pull a freaking sand gnats, Matt Rule. That we would have been playing.
One too many jokes.
That we would have been playing for not just to host a playoff game. We would have been playing to go all the way. I just want to know what you guys think about that, because I have long since thought that. Anyway, guys.
Just goes back. Wow. Just going. Now he's getting full of himself. He's back into the well. He goes back into the well. I want you guys to remember the number is 252-228-5098. One person we have not talked about that I saw him make a pretty big splash play. Only one tackle, but you guys brought up middle linebacker. Brandon Smith was in the lineup today and made a difference, made an important tackle. And be interested in see what he does going in the future. The number is 252-228-5098. Next go.
Hey, hope everyone's well. I'm sure you are after a win that was well-deserved. Well, I shouldn't say well-deserved, but it happened, and it was good. And I don't know. I guess all I got to say is I'm proud of all of them. I think you could tell that they're playing. They were really focused. They were really trying to just get this done, and they did. The only thing I would say is at the very end, I don't know why this keeps happening, but my God, can they just hang in there with a little more gumption? And we had 3 timeouts at the end.
Fucking prize.
I think it probably would have made a little bit of sense for them to kind of call a few timeouts there, just at least one to kind of calm down the defense when they were getting a little overwhelmed on that last touchdown from Seattle. But other than that, I mean, hey, we got the win, and it looks great. Only that last few minute and a half was a little ugly. But go Panthers. Keep pounding. Take care, everyone.
This game, this night would have been so complete. We would have just kept DK and Gino under the number that we kept them all night. I was about to turn $10 into $100. I had all the bets right. All of them. Next call. I think if I can get my phone. Frozen phone. Oh, went to a different mode. Hold on.
What's up, Panthers Nation? Got a fucking W, man. It's your boy. It's Cookie Mouse. I haven't called in a while, man. Still been listening to y'all. Y'all still doing your thing. What a great fucking win. Finally, get the fucking monkey off our back and getting the fucking W on the road. Thank goodness. First one since last fucking year. Really showing our identity, running the ball and everything. Looked great. Sam Darnold did what he needed to do. He managed the game, did solid and everything. There was a couple bonehead plays and everything where he could have, scrambled and everything, made it a little bit easier than it had to be and everything. But overall, can't complain and everything. Defense showed up. Frankie Louis balled the fuck out and everything. Secondary and everything overall. Did what you need to do. Gino was doing his thing, man. You can't be mad at him. You know what I mean? Want to see the dude succeed and everything, but, of course, not to our expense. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we'll be at the game next weekend. If anybody's going out, man, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, man. I'd love to be able to meet some of y'all people, man, including some of the C3 guys. You guys are fucking awesome doing your thing. Let's make sure we protect the fucking bank. Everybody show the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, bro.
And let's go get this fucking W. All right, man. Y'all keep pounding.
Man, we need to assemble like security guards at the vault. Protect the bank. Yeah. Protect the bank. It would be nice. This is who we got at home next?
Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
Yeah. Ooh, winnable game.
Very winnable.
Big time. They lost today, right?
They lost. They were losing the backup. They lost. Lamar wasn't playing, so they lost the backup.
And then Trubisky came in because Pickett got
concussion. Yep.
This was a pivot. This is a pivot point for the Panthers this year. I knew, as I've been trying to kind of hold back a little bit.
Oh, whoops.
I've been trying to hold back in my excitement and that saying but the fact that the Bucs lost today and that we won on the road, we're in it, baby. We're in it. We're sniffing around, as they say. We're in the hunt.
My bad. I didn't kick you out there.
Hey, I want to play something real quick. This is Steve Wilkes in the locker room after the game.
Oh, beautiful. I was waiting for this video.
Talking to his team.
All right. This group of men right here in this locker room. Hell of a job today. Okay. We talked about this all week. Playoff environment. Coming to Seattle, 12th man, and having a playoff mentality. Okay. Everything we do starts where? Up front, controlling the line of scrimmage. And we controlled it on the offensive side of the ball for 224 yards. We said it didn't matter whether the running backs played or not. We had to stop their run. Their run game.
Telling you, man, this guy's legit.
Teams, all right, turning to great football teams when they know how to finish. And that's what we did today. Another thing that we talk about, all right, protect the ball. All right, protect the ball. No turnovers today, and we had 2 takeaways on the defense.
Yeah.
Long flight back, okay? Victory Monday. Listen to me. Listen to me. With the understanding, we're coming in on Wednesday to work, okay? And the one thing that we have established right now, we protect the bank. We don't lose at home. We protect the bank. All right, you understand that? We'll come back in on Wednesday, lock in and focus.
Protect the
Okay?
bank. That's the
Family
next
on
shirt
three.
right there.
Family on three. Get in tight. 1, 2, 3.
He got the job.
That's our coach.
He got the job right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Hey, I've been saying it.
Do you remember when he was named
Thank you, Adam.
interim coach?
Yes.
And we came up here. We probably, I don't know if we had a special show or whatever, but I said this is just the poise and the command of him. Like, it just feels right. Wow. And look, as I don't want to be like, I don't want to overly be like a guy who's like a rear view mirror only when it comes to Matt Rule. But now, I mean, clearly looking in the rearview mirror, I saw somebody put this out from the Nebraska camp. They're enamored with him right now. The Nebraska people are going nuts over Matt Rule. And this guy said from day one, he said everything right. And I was like, a sucker's born every day, bitch. I didn't say bitch, but I said every day. And I was a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Just because you say there is something with Wilkes that commands the room.
He's the guy you want to follow.
It commands. It's not like too many words. It's coach speak, but it's not coach speak. I believe him. I believe in him. He's got a poise to him that is authentic. And it turns out Matt Rule's problem was he was a fraud.
Yeah.
He was inauthentic. And maybe that works with 19-year-olds that you can fool with their parents and all of this. I believe in, like, I just think it's going to be incredibly hard for us to be on this podcast in 6 months or whatever. How many months we got till we're going to make the coach decision? Oh, not even 2 months. When's the decision going to be made? February?
I mean, they could honestly, they could make it at any point in time. They can make that announcement like tomorrow.
No, I think they have to have interviews.
I think so.
I think they have to.
I don't.
But what I'm saying is this: is that I'm at the point. This is that I was lobbying for Steve Wilkes already. He was doing a lot of the right things. He got the team going. He got them clicking. I'm to the point right now where I just feel like it's going to be incredibly hard, if not impossible, to make a case for somebody else to be better qualified for this moment. Like it would take a Bill Parcells type, you know, like an Andy Reid, like some incredibly giant name for me to go, we overlooked a guy who did everything right.
Yeah.
Every single thing right.
The funny thing about it, Tony, is it's for me, it's not even a matter of there has to be somebody like really big to knock him out. I want Steve Wilkes to be the coach. That's the biggest thing for me. It's not only that I think he can do it and I think he can do it well. I want this guy to be coach. He motivates me as a fan. Like, even if there was somebody, even if Sean Payton or Jim Harbaugh or somebody like that came up, I want this guy. I've decided who I wanted. Like, this is my guy. It's not a matter of somebody better coming along. This is who I want. And it's who I think the players want. It's a big deal.
Absolutely, man. And I've said this earlier, too. What other man is going to take this team that was floundering, lower than it's been in more than a decade, and turn this team around and get them to be in contention, to be competing for a potential home game in the playoffs? What are we talking about, man? Steve Wilkes has absolutely earned this job. Yeah. And look, I called my shots earlier. For a while, I've been saying Steve Wilkes is the guy. And I'm saying this, man. Matt Corral's the guy too, baby. Oh, y'all better jump on my fucking train, bro. We going. We rolling. All we got to do is finish out this year. And then Steve Wilkes and Matt Corral, that's our future, baby. That's a wrap. We're going to the bowl.
But the part, and I think we need to address it real quick. Like, I know we're saying take the interim head coaching tag off. We just don't, we cannot, with the rules in the NFL, cannot do that right now. We just can't. It's
Do
impossible.
we actually know that since he is a minority?
Yeah, you
Since
have to.
he
You
is
have to
literally
interview.
a minority.
You have to
Pickle's
interview
posting
two
it in the
external.
chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to interview two external candidates of minority from a minority group.
But doesn't that right there prove how pointless sometimes this rule is?
Oh yeah, because it's a rule that
I mean, it's kind of like necessary but unnecessary. Like it doesn't.
It's not
really
necessary.
change-
There's no reason.
it's
We're going to hire a
helpful.
minority head coach. There's no reason to have to go through the whole red tape.
Well, the other
of
part
interviewing
is
others for the sake of a quota.
the other part of
You
it
know?
is like it is just a quota in a lot of people's minds.
all it is.
Even people from the diverse background have criticisms for the rule because it is just a checkbox, right?
Right.
It doesn't.
all
They
it
could
is.
already have their guy in mind that they want to hire, but because of a rule, they're having to bring a guy and waste his time for no reason other than just to be able to check that box off. That part is the part where I agree. I think it is a pointless rule. They need to find some other way of being able to implement this stuff. And quite honestly, it's about personal accountability with these owners and this, and a lot of these head coaches. The thing you got to keep in mind, these head coaches have to be willing to give guys a chance from an assist to give them the assistant head coaching role, to give them the defensive coordinator role, things like that, because that's what's going to get these guys the head coaching job.
Yeah. The purpose of the rule is completely legit, but the actual rule itself is a joke.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Let's go to the next call.
Let's do it.
Did we hear this one?
Hey, C3 family, this is Panther Willie, Panther fan 2222 from Greensboro, North Carolina, checking in.
What's up?
From the Seahawks game, leaving the stadium right now. Man, talk about an electrifying experience.
Went to the
I thought we were going to let them come back and win that game, but defense stood up and held them tight. Like, what a great, awesome environment. Maybe this is the start of turning our game around, turning our season around, and getting some more wins and making a run for the playoffs.
Bro.
All my C3 family and all the new listeners, like, subscribe, and keep motherfucking pounding.
Holy shit.
See all that.
What?
Panthers fan, what do you say? Panthers fan 2222.
Yep. From Greensboro.
On the game and the
336.
road.
Yeah.
Look, you DM me on Twitter at cat_chronicles, or you send me an email at carolinacatchronicles.com. You need a badge of honor for what you did today.
I agree.
I got a Panther badge for you right here.
Nice.
I'm giving you. Just send me your address. Hook up.
Hold
with
it
me,
up, Tony.
Yeah, hold it up again.
Hold
Tony.
it up.
Yeah.
Badge of honor, bro. This is one of the great things that Tony does when he drinks too many beers on the podcast. Afterwards, I'm like, oh, let me buy shit on eBay to give away to people. Here is one of them.
Yep.
Look at this. I got this is even more wild. Look at this one. I got this one.
Yeah, the old school.
I love
Yo,
that.
I don't even know if
fire,
it's
I
old school. I
love
just
that.
feel like it's like Sam Darnold drew it.
That's fire.
I love it,
like
man. It
that
looks
shit.
good. Yeah.
So I got 3 of these to give away. This is the first one I'm giving away to that caller on the road, bro. On the road, going to the game. I love you. Love that you are listening to the podcast. Safe travels home to wherever you are going. Next call.
Also, shout out Cody, man. It's JJ again. Sorry for calling the second time real quick. But he was 1,000% right about Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold being way better in every which way than him.
Yeah,
He was
because
right about
119
the
yards and a
run scheme and
touchdown
how
is way
this
better.
This is
team
the
is
guy that hates
operate.
Cody, too.
And you know what, man? He was right about J.C. Horn, who is a dog, certified top 5 corner, in my opinion.
Appreciate
That's
you,
that
my
bias
guy.
coming right out. But you know what? He should have had 2 picks today. Yeah, he steals the game on the onside kick. We're 1 game out of the division lead. Let's get this money. Come on.
I love this. I love how people stick with the podcast even when look.
It's a good time to fly this.
Here, who's better? Cody, hit me up with the full screen real quick. Was that Sam Darnold's joint?
That's Sam
or
Darnold's
this-
sigil right there.
Look
Yeah,
at
that's the
this.
flag he's
I don't
flying.
know what this is. Like, I never have seen this in my life. I almost feel like somebody just made it up.
Maybe.
It kind of feels like one of those things you'd get for like back in the day when you would trade in like Budweiser tabs or something like that.
I feel like this is like literally like one of the best. This is like an error card in baseball cards back in the day.
Hey.
I love it. And you know what? I paid more than you should, like $8 for it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not supposed to pay $8 for something that's like $1.50 purchase on eBay. The number is 252-228-5098. Let's go to the next call. My daughter wants to talk to me as we listen.
Hey, Panther Nation. It's Jedi Joy. Yeah, I have to say, like, I've been on, we should probably hire Wilkes, like, kind of on the bandwagon. But now I think I'm driving the fucking bus because Wilkes had this team
I've been driving for
prepared
weeks, buddy.
and ready. And I don't think I've seen that, like, definitely didn't see it in the Matt Rule era. I don't even think we saw it in the Ron Rivera era. Like, we are notorious for being bad coming off of buys. And this team it looked like they had 2 weeks to prepare for this team. And, I mean, that has to come from up top, I believe, with Steve Wilkes. So, yeah, let's get this guy signed up and let's make this push for the playoffs. If we win out, we are in the playoffs. That's the wild shit. Like,
you don't even have to
keep winning games, and we're in the playoffs playing the Cowboys. And we know how they like to choke in the playoffs. So, keep pounding. Thanks for having me.
Look, I love this call. Oh, good. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, are y'all believing now? I mean, not only y'all here on this show, but to those of y'all in the chat, look how far we've come. Look how far we've come.
Do you believe we can be successful this year? I think is what believing
I think we are successful right now, and compared to what I thought we were going to be.
3 out of the last 4 games.
So then, yes. Yeah.
So, like, we can end the season right now, and I believe.
You can take away that Baker game against Baltimore, and you would have put Sam Darnold in for that one. I think we would have won that one.
But why? But hold on, real quick. Let me ask this because the last caller mentioned this too about how much better Sam Darnold's been than Baker Mayfield. Why do you think that if Sam Darnold was in there, he'd have won it? He would have won that. Listen, Sam Darnold the last 2 games, 164 yards against the Broncos, 1 touchdown. 120 yards against the Seahawks, 1 touchdown. Why do we think that he was going to be so much better than Baker Mayfield?
How many
Baker
touchdowns?
Mayfield numbers.
How many interceptions did Sam Darnold have over the past 2 games?
Over the past 2 games, I think he had 4 for the whole year over 3 games.
Sam Darnold. This today. In the
Sam
past
Darnold,
2 games.
2. Okay, 0. 0.
Did he have
okay, so you're cherry picking one stat.
No,
you said
it's relevant. It's relevant.
No.
Greg, hold on. Let me ask you the next question to kind of circle this all around to my point. So that game that I'm referencing, which is the Baltimore Ravens game, how many interceptions to touchdowns did Baker Mayfield have?
He threw 1 interception at the beginning of the game. The second interception was a tip pass.
Was it an interception? Because otherwise you're cherry picking the stats.
Oh, okay. You're right. Okay. But that's fine. Okay. So if we're going to do that, then let me go ahead and put in the stats that Sam Darnold had with the offensive line and the running game that Baker Mayfield never had. Do you want to give Baker Mayfield 150 rushing yards?
Baker had this exact same offensive line against the
okay, Ravens. Offensive line, a running game. If you give Baker Mayfield 150 rushing yards and a touchdown in the running game, do you think
the week before they couldn't get the rushing game going because Baker couldn't do anything when he was called upon?
So Baker was the reason the rushing game was bad. Is that what you're saying?
It's part of the reason because they had to abandon the way.
Okay.
Hey, Greg, go back and look at how many times
they rushed. The ball is the reason the rushing game is bad. Okay.
How many times did they actually rush the ball in that game? That's
not Baker's fault. He's not calling the plays.
Hold on. It's important because when you think about them being in 3rd and long situations. Well, today, Sam Darnold was able to convert many of those. Baker Mayfield didn't do a single one in that game. It's an important thing. It's an important thing to look at. Like, you can look at the stats all day, Greg, and I promise you're going to find exactly what you're looking for with any stat you want to bring up. Each one of us can do the exact same thing. Stats do lie. And in fact, they are quite deceptive in most cases. And what you're trying to sell me on Baker Mayfield is deceptive.
Okay. I mean, like I said, Baker Mayfield has the exact same stats except for maybe 2 interceptions added to this. The exact same thing minus 150 rushing yards. Okay. So all I'm saying is Sam Darnold played well, and I don't want to take away from him. He has not played marginally better than Baker Mayfield did.
What's his passer rating been in the past 2 games?
85 today and 103.8.
Okay. When has Baker Mayfield exceeded those numbers?
What goes into passer rating?
Interceptions and incompletions
in the fourth quarter. In the Rams,
I'm looking at a 58% completion with Darnold and a 57.9% completion, which is right there where Baker Mayfield was at. I'm looking at 120 yards and 164 yards, which is right there where Baker Mayfield's at. So you're telling me that the 2 interceptions drop it from 100 to 50.
First of all, I'm on CK's side on this.
Huh?
Second is like I understand that statistics and analytics are important. I understand that look, as soon as I started this podcast, I told everybody I wasn't a football expert. I'm not a football expert. I'm an expert football fan. But one thing that is real is the fucking eye test.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I've just watched, like I can just watch things and just tell you. And I would say this, I'm not trying to, I think I understand what you're trying to say. Well, I know what you're trying to say, Greg, is that Sam Darnold hasn't been so much significantly better than Baker. But here's the thing that matters is that Sam Darnold has put us in positions in the last 2 games to win. And Baker didn't. And so you can put up the yards, you can put up this or that, you can put up all these different things. And I'm not even an anti-Baker dude overall. He just stunk in Carolina. Like stunk beyond. He made like Taylor Heineke look good.
To a certain extent, yes. But so with that being said, what you're saying is Sam Darnold puts us in a position to win. Did Baker not put us in a position to win the first 2 games?
Not at all. None.
No,
0.
He didn't. He didn't score. He didn't score 144.
Greg, Baker is
144 yards and a touchdown in the first game to have a game-winning drive that was taken away by 2 bad calls. He didn't have a game-winning drive against the Giants that was taken away by a 60-yard field.
Cody right here.
No. Check this out.
Baker put us in position to win those games.
No. I gotta say this, Greg. You're doing the same thing to Baker Mayfield like you're trying to do to Trevor Lawrence. Oh, like all the games that he didn't win, like that has nothing to do with him. Okay,
that's
well you can't have.
What I'm saying.
No, you cannot have it both ways. Baker Mayfield is not a winner.
Bro.
It was never a winner for the Carolina Panthers, and Baker Mayfield has to own that stat.
You're mistaking me saying Baker Mayfield is a world beater. I'm not saying Baker Mayfield is a world beater. I'm saying he's not very much better than Sam Darnold, and the stats show that. He's put up the same stats as Sam Darnold has. He just hasn't had the same game offense to play behind him.
But no W's.
But no W's.
It's not his fault, dude. He put them in position to win in the first and second game.
All of those W's that he failed to get, there's always some excuse for Baker Mayfield. He was less clutch than Sam Darnold and PJ Walker.
Okay, you're right.
It's inevitable.
Cody,
you're right.
Cody came in here about to win this battle. I was about to be all on Cody's side. And then he had to go to sucking Trevor D's titty. You didn't suck his dick, you sucked his titty.
Like, oh, he doesn't
you sucked his titty.
No, once again, you're
you didn't have to. I was all on your side until you went. Next call.
Everybody here is mistakenly saying that Baker Mayfield is not. I'm not saying he's a world beater. I'm saying he's not much worse than Sam Darnold. So don't take it as I think he's a world beater. You're saying Trevor Lawrence is a world beater, and he's putting up the same numbers as Sam Darnold.
Better than Baker Mayfield.
That's the difference.
Go write a blog
That's
about
the
it.
difference. Yeah.
Browner played well. These guys played hard. You know.
Go write a blog about it, Greg.
Where do you get some of these drops that I've never heard?
If you inject Cam Newton into this running game, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Bro.
Cam Newton's legs alone would make him easily the best quarterback on this roster. Just based on his legs alone. And then from a throwing perspective, do we think Cam can be a better thrower of the football than Darnold? Yes. Walker? Yes.
Oh my God. LMAO.
So it's pretty clear what's going to happen. As I said before, we're going to go on a run. Cam is going to look at Steve Wilkes, what he's doing here. He's going to say, oh, there's a chance to win the division. That's the perfect time for me to sign. Cam's going to sign with the Panthers.
Oh, God.
by the Tampa Bay
Brian
game.
Burns,
They'll probably likely be
10-year
starting
contract,
the Tampa Bay game.
Cam Newton 5-year contract. We're going.
And then we're going to go on a run all the way to Arizona because today was the first road game we won since Cam's return back in Arizona. When Cam said, I'm back.
Nope.
And the Super Bowl, where's that this year? It's in Arizona. And the state bird of the North Carolina is the Cardinal. It's the Cardinal Stadium.
Greg,
Cam won the national championship
Hey,
in Arizona.
actually, Cam has played well
Auburn.
in Arizona. That is
Then
true.
he
played
made
well in
his
Arizona.
NFL debut in that same stadium.
Yep.
And then he also returned November 14th, 2021, our last road game.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Last road win. And
all right.
That's what exactly.
No, it's a good call. I like that, but wherever Cam. Cody, you asked me, where do I get these drops, bro? I've been on this podcast for 10 years, homie. Like I caught Nick Saban saying this one time, and I just recorded it off the internet. This is what he said.
Go write a blog about.
No, it was Sean Payton. This is Sean Payton. This is a funny one though, because when you write blogs, like I did for a long time, CarolinaCatChronicles.com, I tried to start more as a website than the podcast originally. We've morphed and changed, but
go write a blog about it. Browner played well. These guys played hard. Go write a blog about it.
Good. It's a good bit. Like I got a couple of good bits. I got more on the computer. I just died. I got to pull the hard drive out of it. Got a lot of good ones. The best one of my favorite drops, and it was our intro for the 2016 show. Like where I did the music, and I just used to piece all this shit. Like you guys got to remember, I started this podcast when people didn't know how to stream on the internet, including me. Like I didn't know what I was doing. Like if you go back and look at my first videos, which I did with my buddy, who I just he's been a friend of mine for the last 3 years, and he's been starting to he's not a Panther fan, and he was like, "Show me your first vid," and I showed him these videos, and they are so. Actually, they make me feel embarrassed about what I do even now. Like I shouldn't even be doing this. Like I feel dumb like that. I thought anyway, in 2013, no one knew what you were really trying to do in live streaming. Now companies stream, TV shows stream, everybody streams. It was the fringe in 2013 of people trying to stream live and do stuff like that. And so you're trying to figure out who you are, what you are. But one of my favorite bits because I've made everything. I built the podcast. I built the website by myself, built the podcast, every single thing I figured out how to do on my own. And my goal was to do it for no money. That was my old goal. And it turns out that was a silly goal. Dave Gettleman, who fell from fame, but in 2016 he was a god. After the 2015 Super Bowl run, all of that, he was a guy. Everybody thought he was the fucking man.
We were saying Gettle Magic. Remember that term?
I said I had him Gettleman for president and shit.
Gettle Magic, baby.
Yeah. He had this thing. It's the best sound clip. It was after the Super Bowl. It was his press conference after the Super Bowl, and he was praising the team and Cam Newton. And he said, I want players who crawl into the locker room and are crying as they pull off their shoulder pads and are hurt. And he had this, it was so poetic and awesome. So yeah, Cody, that's where I got it from. I've been building a library for fucking 10 years. The number is 252-228-5098. We still have about 6 calls to go.
Y'all gonna answer? Let me tell y'all what I think about the Panthers and what I think about this game. Cause y'all calling it all the wrong way. Y'all people don't know what y'all talking about. What I gotta stay on the line for the whole time, or
he didn't realize that.
Did y'all call back? Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
I said, did y'all call back?
Y'all know shit. All the people y'all bringing on don't know shit. Just like y'all.
Damn. Okay. I mean, He may not be wrong. I'm not a smart guy.
Hold on.
So.
Wait, is this going to be 38 more seconds of him? No, it's 42. So this is a 3-minute call, so I think he's just breathing.
It was okay.
I mean, you could have been better.
Like, you're not bad, but you're like,
Not
you're in the middle. Got some improving to do.
a little bit of mentoring.
Yeah.
The C3 Panthers Podcast rocks every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We're here for the post-game show. You call in, you leave a message in the voicemail, 252-228-5098. And when you call into the show, we're going to play it. But I know you want to hear your voice. That's what we are. We're all a little narcissistic in it. So you got to stick around because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of people that are in this show. Call into the show. We'll be here Tuesday night. Boy, rejuvenated. We almost hit 300 live viewers. It's been 2 or 3 months since that happened, bro. We had our
win will do a lot.
Oh yeah. And hey, by the way, I just wanted to tell Greg, the Jaguars are not out of the playoffs.
What do you mean Jaguars? How do you spell that?
Jaguars.
How do you spell Jaguars?
I don't believe the Jaguars. Like
Cody,
I said,
spell it for me.
Jaguars.
No, you said Jagwires. You said Jaguars.
How am I supposed? How do you say it?
Jaguars.
Yeah, he's right.
Jaguars.
Technically, he's right. Jaguars.
Jaguar. Oh,
That's
whatever,
ridiculous.
dude.
Everybody does it. You're not the only person. There's
grammar Nazi. Are you
no, it's not
serious
even
right
like I don't even know if I say it right. I'm just saying this. It's a fun word. It's one of those words when you say it, you don't know if you said it right. Like I'm always questioning my own wire.
Is that kind of like library, but it's library, but a lot of people say library.
You can't say library.
So, you want to ask how they say it in England?
Laptop. How about that? That's what people used to say back in the day is laptop. You'd be like, you in the lab.
Aluminum.
What? It's a laptop. It ain't no laptop. We in the lab cooking up some beats.
They call it
you're right,
Jaguar.
Man. Yeah,
what are
the Jaguars are still in the playoff hunt, but guess what? So are the Carolina Panthers, and I am pulling for the Carolina Panthers.
Oh God, dude,
you know, man, I hope, Cody, I hope so badly. This would be the absolute
for the Jaguars, but
let's
not
see
the Jaguars.
Let's see the Jaguars. Let's see them and the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl, and let's see that Brian Burns break Trevor Lawrence's leg.
Oh Lord, man, he might not be there. Hey, if you believe Tony
Greg,
Dunn,
you're like
Brian
the nicest person on the podcast.
I'm just kidding. I just want to get sacked really hard.
If you believe Tony, Brian Burns might not lay a hand on Trevor.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Hey, by the way,
I'm just kidding. I don't want Trevor Lawrence to get hurt. Everybody, don't go out there
lay a hand on. You're right. Yeah. You know what? If he touches his shoulder, we should give him $1 bazillion.
He might get a sexual harassment.
No sacks. If he gets no sacks and he just gets a pressure, let's give Brian Burns a 10-year contract for $300 million guaranteed.
Man, we are all so extreme on our takes.
But dude, you know what? What chocolate is that? Oh, if I pay money, I'll get Cody to just talk shit about Trevor Lawrence. Dude, I'm not.
Do it. I'll talk shit about Trevor Lawrence.
I'll kick you off of this podcast if you don't read it, Cody.
Read it.
I'll read it. Lawrence from the weak ass ACC to the weak ass AFC South, and Cody thinks he's the next Rodgers, Peyton, Brady, and even the next Minshew. And by the way, Gardner Minshew has better stats.
Welcome to the family, son. Welcome to the family, son. Yeah. You know what? I'm sending you a Christmas present for the first time in your entire life.
We're all getting it tonight. Yeah.
Bringing families together.
Hey, what's going on, C3? This is your boy CJ, first time caller, long time listener.
What's up, man?
I just wanted to talk about the game today. I'm actually shocked. I'm hyped. I'm just ready for the next game to come up just to see where we stand. Today was a big game for us for the division. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with J.C. Horn's performance. He proved that he is a shutdown corner. He could have had 2 picks today if it wasn't just for his foot being slightly out of bounds. But I was pretty hyped about that. Offensive line played beastly. I'm ready to see
out of bounds. The first row.
If they will hold up for the rest of the season. Chuba Hubbard, I talk so much shit about this guy. I get tired of him dancing and not hitting the hole. Well, today he hit the hole. So him, Foreman, and Blackshear did their part today. and we controlled the clock and ran the ball right down their throats. So happy with their performance. Sam Darnold had a pretty good game. He just did exactly what we expected him to do. Just manage the game properly, didn't turn the ball over, and the offensive line is making him look a lot better than I thought. So going forward, if this team plays like this, we could possibly make the playoffs. And then, in the off season, we could just fill some holes and we don't have to reach for anything, So happy about the win. I appreciate you guys doing what you do. Keep pounding.
Thank you. Great call. If I was going to ask you guys this what was the stat line for Darnold today? 140?
Mm-hmm.
I watched the game. I was at a sports bar, though. I went and got some food. I hate watching the Panthers games at sports bars because there's more games on. There's people cheering for other things. There's people talking to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just kind of hard to overly focus on every single thing, especially prepping for a show. But if I told you today, watching that game, just like I did, kind of from afar, would you have thought that Sam Darnold had more or less than 140 passing?
I would have thought it would have been right around that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep in mind his touchdown pass was
felt
after
like it was
a turnover.
little bit more than that. Like 140 so low. Or 120 was 120?
It was 120, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems so low. Like I felt like he played better than 120 today.
And honestly, Tony, doesn't that show you what the difference between a win and a loss is? Because, like I said, those are the same numbers that Baker puts up in a loss, and we hound him for it.
Short fields and turnovers make a difference, bro.
They do.
And then on top of that, actually, one thing we have not talked about tonight, I sent you guys a message in our Twitter chat, and I said, "Is this really the first drive of the game?"
It was.
It was 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, we had
8-minute drive, and we didn't even get. We were like to the 40-yard line. How do you go 8 minutes and barely be over the 50?
But you know what? You know what? To your point, Tony, we had more than 3 offensive drives that had more than 12 plays per drive.
Yeah, that was
like. Did we score on all of the first 3 drives too?
First 3 drives we did. Yeah.
That's
looked really
big
good.
Deal. See, these are the things, Greg, that the stats you have to parse through a little bit of the stats of how the game goes.
You're
you
right.
know, is that scoring on the first 3 drives is incredible. Whether that's the defense, whether that's the running back, it doesn't matter who. Like it changes the nature of the game.
It does. You're right. But to be fair. We scored the first 3 drives, then we didn't score again until the late third quarter.
I know we had a problem,
and we let them almost come back. Yeah,
you really are on the road. Yeah. You're on the road. You gave up some touchdowns. It got a little bit, and this is where. Do you guys believe? Cody doesn't believe in superstition, right, Cody? Because I'm up here and I'm always like, "Don't say that. Don't do this." Cody doesn't like when he's like, "Oh, that don't mean shit." But I messaged you guys and I said, fucking, we are dominating these bitches. 3 straight. It was after the 3rd straight score. And then guess what? It was like within 3 points before I know. Yeah. And then the other is like every time I think my prize pick is safe, I'm like, I got this bitch. Done. Toast. I literally left with less than 2 minutes on the clock. And Gino had to get like 50 yards. He hadn't gotten shit. Could have made so much money tonight. The number is 252-228-5098. Did Drew call? Let me see. Is this the next call? Have we heard this one?
Hey, what's up, C3 fam? Diesel Drew.
No,
wanted to call in, talk about the game, post-game. It was fun. Most exciting game this year, except for Atlanta, which we lost. But it was fun to go up and down. A little bit of a roller coaster, but it felt like this team was ready to fight for Steve Wilkes, which
they've been
feels
all
different
season ready
compared to Matt Rule. Gives me hope. Fun to watch Tampa Bay get destroyed also at the same time. Feels like it's anybody's division. Ben McAdoo didn't call the perfect game, but he didn't do horrible. Stick to the run game. Only negative against Ben McAdoo would be getting in the end zone and throwing the ball 3 times and falling on her face. I felt like that was going to be a make or break point in the game. It was good to see we bounced back from that. Thoroughly enjoyed this win, though. Felt good to win on the road. I think the stats were that we could lose this one and still have hope, but it feels really, really good knowing we got this one in the bag going forward. So, yay. Love it. Love the podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for all that you do. Love the content. Listen often. Don't always get to get in the live chats, but it's fun to get in here and call in every once in a while and say thank you. Keep coming.
Appreciate you,
Great
man.
call.
Awesome
Great
call.
This is the Prize Pick. By the way, this is a free read for Prize Picks. They are my favorite sponsor. We love the product regardless if they are a sponsor or not. $10 play, 4 picks, free play with Justin Herbert. You get they had the free square this week with Justin Herbert. So it really had to hit 3. I went Deontay Foreman more than 55.5. And I thought the Panthers were going to make this a grind game. Geno Smith and DK Metcalf, I went less than. And Greg, you don't like to go less than. I don't like to go less. It's almost like against your nature, when you're gambling to say less than. It's like against the nature of gambling here. Or I shouldn't say gambling, daily fantasy football sports. Use the promo code C3. You get 100% sign-up bonus for your first time. Look at this. All in the last seconds of this game.
Yeah.
I had it. All of these were green when I left, bro. Would have been $10 into 100. I'm so mad at the defense for letting that happen.
Can I share mine real quick? Because I'm a little upset about the way
I make more money on basketball than anything. Though.
Yeah. I just checked
and go
mine
flex.
For the first time.
Just go flex and double your money, bitches.
This is mine for the day, and this is the first time I checked it. So basically,
is it a
flex?
Look at this.
I was 2 points. No, it wasn't a flex. I was 2 points away from James Harden making $200 for me.
Is it over? Game over?
It's over. Yep.
Yeah,
2 points away from James Harden making $200 for me. But
if that's a flex,
this is so
you
frustrating.
Walk out with $45 though.
You're right. I should have played it safe. But I thought for sure James Harden would get 21
I'm on the
points.
big time. I'm a big timer like you too. I want to hit the big one. But I had a lot of luck. I got a lot of luck with flexes. I've had anyway, the number's 252-228-5098. Only we're down to the short hairs of the calls, guys. So hang in there.
I want to talk about Wilkes, Darnold, PJ Walker. I want to talk about the whole thing. Chanel, Shy Smith, Deontay Foreman, all that. And it's not even like the ball being spread out. As you noticed, I didn't mention DJ Moore, which is a problem. Why is DJ Moore not in the picture? And that's it. I don't know if y'all.
I mean, I do think that call is important on a loss. If we lose this game and DJ Moore's not part of it, I understand you being interested. Who cares about PJ Walker at this point? Let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this is a win for this team on the road against a better team. And you know what? I said this, and I'm not a good gambler, or I'm not a big gambler. I'm like Cody Lashley's big brother. And that Cody Lashley is a scared bitch when it comes to gambling. He hates to lose.
You better watch that shit.
No, you hate to lose. No, and
I actually put my money where my mouth is.
I'm a lot like that too, but I'm a little less than you. Right. But I understand when you say these things about I should do that, I'm channeling like your older brother. Like I feel it. But at the end of it,
always going flex. I'm like, hey man,
no, I'm not going. I always go big time. The point is I don't know enough about the real lines to be like a guy that could advise you on what to do gambling. But the Panthers being only 3-point dogs on the road against what is thought of as a significantly better Seattle Seahawks team, it seemed like one of those lines that was fishy in Vegas. I said it on Pirate Radio this past week. Is like, I don't know enough about, but I felt like the sharp money, they use these terms like the sharks, the sharp money, these things. They would have seen that line and said, that means that Vegas don't really believe in Seattle. Right. And they're baiting a lot of people to go, oh, Seattle's going to fuck these guys up by 3. That's what they do. They try to bait people in who don't watch all the game. They just look at the Panthers record. They look at the Seahawks record and they go, oh, 3 points? Hell yeah, they're going to fucking smoke these dudes. It was a trap, a trick, I thought. And you know what? Turns out I was right. 252-228-5098, last 3 calls.
My name's Chase from California, so
welcome.
Don't get to see many games, but it seems like every time in the past few years I've been watching, if we just had a quarterback, someone who you could have the average quarterback.
Fucking conversation.
We could go decently far. We could make a playoff run with a decent quarterback. Hell, I'd be happy if we got Garoppolo at this point, because if we could be, contending with PJ Walker and Darnold, imagine what we could do with someone who's actually proven talented to win games.
And hurt all the time.
And the whole Burns needs a partner, yes, but we need to focus more on the actual quarterback before a pass rush. Our defense is actually quite good at the moment.
All right.
So
I don't know how I feel about that. You guys.
So I think that question is that comment is basically based on the here and now. I really want to wait to see how we finish out this season, because I have a feeling that if we end up winning the division, even if we win or lose in a playoff game, I think people are going to feel differently about Sam Darnold and where we go with him in the future.
Greg's going to be talking about bringing Baker Mayfield back because he's like,
No.
oh, statistically,
I'm done with Baker.
The same fucking quarterback.
He's just as good as everybody else we have on the team. I'm done with him.
I don't know, man. I feel like I do get what he's saying about Jimmy. I feel bad. I was wrong about Jimmy G, as I thought that Baker Mayfield was a better player than Jimmy G.
I did too.
I was wrong. I don't know. We're gonna need some sort of veteran presence. Like, you can't walk into the season next year and draft a rookie quarterback. I mean, I guess you could, and Matt Corral, and say, good luck, Steve Wilkes. I mean, I guess you could, but at least you need to have a guy on the roster that you're going to say is going to start in week 1, and then someone beats him out.
Right, but that's the thing, though. If you bring
have
in
just
another,
somebody,
but if you bring
that has
in a free
played a
agent,
snap before.
but you're gifting them the starting job.
No, you're just saying this. You're not gifting them the starting job. You're just saying this is that you've been here before, so just let one of these kids beat you out.
Well, but if
you can't just be like this, it's like almost just reckless to be like, you know what? I got this kid who's going to drive this NASCAR car for the first fucking time.
Yeah, but it just seems redundant, because I don't want to go out and sign some free agent, and then if we're going to go out and sign someone, we're going to guarantee them the spot. Like, you're not going to bring in a free agent and say,
guarantee him shit. You just give him a 1-year deal. I say we give Sam Darnold a 1-year deal for $18 million, and that's it.
So then that's the vet, right? No more outside.
Yeah,
no more.
That's it. That's it. I say whoever you bring in is a 1-year deal only.
Right.
Again, I don't think that the Teddy Bridgewater move was a terrible concept. I think it was the length of the contract and the amount of money that was the problem. Like, if you would have done Teddy Bridgewater on a 1-year, $25 million deal, you would have said, yeah, you slightly overpaid for him, but he started all season. We didn't have anything better, and we got to go away from him when it was over. So, next call.
This is Ken, C3 family. What's up?
I love when people call us.
So exciting to watch that game at work today. I've been saying it since I became part of the C3 family a few weeks ago. We have an excellent defense. We just need to convert on third down. If we give our defense time to rest, they can play a full game of football. And we still need a quarterback, but that's beside the point. The point is that if we can make sure that Sam Darnold has to do as much or less than Jimmy Garoppolo normally does have to do in San Francisco, we're good. The defense is good enough to win us a playoff game. Keep pounding. Thank you for having me. Y'all take care.
Welcome to the fam. First of all, I love when people use that terminology because that's what we are. Just a bunch of Panther fans who are a family. And I'm glad you found the show, man. Newbie, couple of weeks. He's calling in already. Love him already. This is my dude already. You my guy. Right now, this looks like the last call of the night.
What's going on? It's me, C-Dog, 1983.
What a good one.
Was a great fucking win today. Real quick, when you come in here, make sure you hit the motherfucking like button. Make sure you got that subscribe to this great content. These boys on here every Sunday. They got a free fall on Friday. You know, we got the Tuesday show, you know, and we got the game simulation, and so on and so on. I say this shit every goddamn week, man. So motherfuckers who got to know what the fuck going on by now. You come in here, hit the motherfucking like button, and motherfucking subscribe. Shout out to the whole C3 Podcast. Shout out to G David the GOAT. I don't want to hear shit you got to say this goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? So we goddamn keep on fucking winning. We keep on stacking these fucking wins like goddamn Steve Wilkes say. This defense been turned the fuck up, like I say. Trade Dante Jackson in the off season. Get his ass the fuck up out of here, and make Steve Wilkes the head coach. I have seen enough. I want to say this is our third win in a row, and our first home win since last year. It's fucking crazy. Steve Wilkes is our fucking head coach. You get Steve Wilkes, so confident in rolling got that Matt Corral next year. We got that Steve Wilkes being the head coach. This defense
let's go.
But I don't know, man. It was a great fucking game today. I was just turned up today, man. Defense was turned the fuck up today. CJ Henderson, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Keith Taylor almost had him a goddamn pick. He dropped one. You know, it's just very exciting, man. Very, very, very exciting. But I'm not gonna hold up. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good goddamn day. We whooped ass today. You know what I'm saying? We went across the goddamn country, whatever, and whooped their ass and everything. But whenever you come in here, make sure you hit the motherfucking like button. Make sure you got that subscribe. Steve Wilkes doing a great fucking job. Sam Darnold did what he could goddamn do today. You know, he didn't lose us the goddamn game. On time, Sam Darnold had made me mad when he goddamn ran and got them to the ball to I want to say he got them Tommy Tremble and he dropped it. You know, but he should have ran and got the first down. But besides that, I can't say nothing bad about him. You know. Everybody have a great day. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, man. Shout out to the man, C-Dog. Always showing love to the C3 Panther Podcast. Hey, man, it's like, dude, winning is a hell of a drug, man. It'll have you start believing in some shit you didn't think was possible. So, I love where we're going, man. I love the direction that we're moving. I mean, I think that's all you can hope for, man. The fact that we're at this spot right now, after everything that we've been through this year, it's honestly incredible. And I just want to take a moment to encourage everyone to take a step back and just realize how far we've come. Like, we still got a way to go.
You know how ridiculous that is, though? To say
It's
that?
not.
Like, how many wins have we got?
Why does that matter? We transformed into like 3 different
But I'm just trying to
football
put it
teams
into
during the course of the
perspective.
season.
No, I mean, I do think it's been fun and interesting, and it feels like that. But at the same time, it's literally only 5 wins. Is it 5 or 6? Are we at 5 or 6?
5. I think that's some more.
You know what I'm saying? These are like, I feel like we're up here talking about the fucking Super Bowl. And we won 5 games. I know, look, I agree with your point, though. I'm not trying to like dog on it entirely, but it's literally only 5 games. And we're sitting here holding on to it like, I guess. I mean, it's just like the first boob you ever saw. So I felt like this win was like just looking at a good boob when you were 14 years old.
Kev sent this to me, and I think that it's good to throw up. Because this is from Nikki Bozeman. She put, does it smell like 2015 in here? Or is that just me? I may be the new kid here, but I'm thinking the 2015 turnaround came after a Seattle win. Could this be the game that turns the season around? Call me crazy, but underdogs are scary in the playoffs, baby. Let's go.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
And Tony, you said that after this game with Seattle, you were going to be believing. So are you about that life or not? Because either you're believing or you're not. I don't want no, halfway. Oh, we won't be able to do this.
What did she?
Then say that you don't believe.
Get the 2015 season out your mouth.
Let's draw
She
lines
corrected
in the
herself in the
sand
comments, Tony. She meant
That's
2014.
fine. Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Which, by the way, is eerily similar to this year.
Yeah, but we didn't do shit.
We've got to win in the playoffs.
Well, we also played the Skelton kid. Do you remember, like, we played a guy who had never played a snap or something? So, I mean, I understand, like, okay. So, I don't mean to be overly hard, but first of all, Nikki, how about actually, 2015? I'm sorry, it just got me wrong. I'm sorry, man. The 2015 is like...
She didn't mean it.
I understand, now that you say that. But he was reading it, and I was like...
But by the way, you're still missing a point. Hey,
no,
maybe
I'm not missing the point at all.
Yeah, you are. Maybe a Seattle victory is the thing that is going to propel us forward to the direction that we need to go. You heard that locker room speech. This team is not done believing in themselves. This team is not done kicking ass. If they're going to buy in and believe in it, then I am too, damn it. We can go as far as we want to. I ain't doing this glass half full bullshit no more. Either we believe in or we not. I'm believing.
If we win our division, it's like winning the Super Bowl this year. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to shit. Why is everybody acting like I'm just not sitting here saying we're gonna win the Super Bowl yet? And as someone who did this podcast in 2015, it was especially special. Like, it's kind of like that. I feel like Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. Like, get the name out. Like, let's not even. And I know, like you said, CK. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about Cody now. He's like trying to be like, oh, you. Like, yeah, man. I guess. I mean, I actually I think this is the win I needed to believe. Like, now we in it to win the division. If we would have lost this game, even if Tampa lost, I wouldn't probably be interested. But everything's happened right now. So yeah. So if she needs to just delete the tweet and then redo it with 2014.
No, I think this is perfect. I like it.
2015, you guys missed that, bro. You weren't part of it.
Oh, trust me, I did not miss 2015.
No, I'm talking about on the show. It was like incredible. Like, you didn't. It's the opposite. You know how the feeling we have on this show? It's the opposite of that feeling. Like, it was like the most fucking, like, you're like, I mean, you will walk up in this and you were like, we're beating your fucking ass. Oh, 2 minutes left. We beat your ass. Like, I mean, we were just, it was like the most incredible season that ended incredibly because Mike Remmers in week 13 hits a wall every year. Mike Remmers a good right tackle until week 13, and then he just fucking gets exhausted. That's it. We got a couple of things left to do. We're going to be breaking down the game. This was more of a celebration post game than it was like a breakdown post game. It turns out, like, I really feel like this has been about enthusiasm, what it means to be a Panther fan, what our season means, rather than actually talking about the game. We'll be here on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Obviously talking about this plus more.
You guys said we had who on the docket next? Steelers.
Steelers. Winnable game. Very winnable game. And that's like, as the Bucks
Against
are
possibly
going
a backup. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks are going into a crazy, shitty back end of their schedule, and we're going into a good one. So we're catching some momentum. So we'll be here a Tuesday night live, 9 p.m. To talk about that. But we got 2 segments we got to do. We got to rock out Player of the Game, which we do the dab on them, and the Tell of Shame, the one that we create we call someone out. Cody, you're the producer. Surprise me with what you want to do first.
Towel of shame, baby.
Towel of shame, where we call someone out. We tell them the tough, well, not the ice up. It's like, this is our homage to, I don't know, just who we think needs to get it together. You called it out, Cody, so you pick it.
My towel of shame, and I really do think most of our players played very well. So I'm really kind of reaching in a hat for this.
I'm going Brian Burns.
No, I'm saying you're better after the shit you pulled today. No, I'm saying Taylor Moton. For as good and as steady as Taylor Moton has been for us the past few years, I do believe that he's probably the weakest link of our offensive line right now. Whenever we do get a bad beat off the line, it's normally Taylor Moton getting beat. So again, I'm not like harping on this for real. I'm not saying that he needs to go, but I'm saying I think there are times when he looks like he's not the best guy in our lineup. So Taylor Moton, towel of shame.
CK, what you got?
I'm gonna go. This is a tough one. I'm just gonna go with their special teams. Our special teams gave up 2 big run backs that in turn resulted in touchdowns.
Giant one.
Yeah, they resulted in touchdowns or at least a field goal with regard to the comeback that the Seahawks were on towards the end of the half and the beginning of the second half. So as a whole, I'm giving the special teams a and then let me maybe just more focus this, because I guess you could put Eddie Pinheiro on this for not having kicked those balls out of bounds. But he was pretty automatic, but nonetheless.
CK took mine right there. You were going to say special teams all around, and I was going to identify it down to Eddie Pinheiro for not kicking those balls in the end zone. So I'm right there with you, man. That beyond that, I can't see a lot of plays in this game or players in this game that screwed up enough for me to give them a towel of shame. Like we played pretty well all around for most of the game.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's you, Tony.
Oh, did Cody already do his? So it's on me. I kind of want to say this is I'm gonna give it. I don't want to do that. I didn't like the second 4th down call. Like I wish we would just. And you know what? I like the on the road. We're gonna win. We're all playing for our job mentality. On the first one, I didn't think we should have done that, but I'm gonna ice up somebody else. I think I'm gonna ice up the New York Giants and you know what? I'm not icing up the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks for being fraudulently good teams. And they're regressing to the mean. Not only did we beat them on the road and kind of stifle their and you know what? And I'll ice up the Bucks too in that for getting just fucking smoked and like could. We actually, this is not my ice up. Is my towel of shame goes to Tom Brady. I think we watched him die tonight.
Yeah.
I think we watched the death of Tom Brady, and I don't really think that I've not been that person. I think that he's willed them to some 4th quarter comebacks, this and that. He's been better than a lot of people in the league. But he stunk tonight, and the Giants got blown out. So to these teams that are fraudulent, 48, they were down 21-0 in the first quarter, the Giants. And so fraudulently good teams is my ice up pick. And Deshaun Watson, too, because he fucking is a bum. We should have traded everybody for him, right, Cody?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
All right, take us to the dab on him pick.
Oh, shit. You know what it's time for?
I just like doing it, man. Dab on them folks. Dab on them folks. And that dab on them folks. They like seeing it. Tell me what to do. Dab on them folks.
Player of the game.
Yeah. I mean, I went first last time. I'm gonna go first this time. I feel like I need to do this. I feel like there's no other answer to give. It's Steve Wilkes. It's Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes proved that he is the head coach of the future for the Carolina Panthers, and he did it on December 11th, 2022, the day of our Lord. And you know what I'm telling you, man? He had so many doubters, so many naysayers, so many people that didn't believe that he was going to be able to do it. No, we have to go hire an offensive head coach. We have to go get someone with Super Bowl experience. No, we don't. All we need is Steve Wilkes, baby. And today he showed why he is the man to motivate this team to a Super Bowl victory, baby. Let's go. Dab on him, Steve Wilkes.
Love it. My pick goes to Icky. Panther Pickle brought it up is I think we probably should be talking more about this as this show as Panther fans, because all we did was gush from the outside about Rashawn Slater last year being all pro and being a rookie, and how you got like there's usually a learning curve for left tackles. Offensive line's been sick, and Icky's been taking care of business. So, Sticky Icky, love you, bro.
He did allow his first sack since his
today.
Get week 2, yeah.
Ooh, we put it in the air, though. This offensive line, I guess. So, that's what I'm doing. And Brandon Smith for that tackle. Ain't heard his name out. Like, just one tackle. Yeah. I'm ready to put him in the Hall of Fame like Cody is ready with Shy Smith.
CK, you can go ahead if you want to, man, because I've got 2, and if you take one of mine, then I've got a backup. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm probably going to take one of yours.
Probably.
The player of the game, the dab on him pick, has to go to none other than J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn had, not only did he have the interception that gave us the first touchdown, he had the other interception that they said was not an interception, which was crazy.
He was in the first row of the outfit. He was not. He was.
You're thinking about the wrong thing.
Okay.
You're thinking about the one in the end zone.
Okay. Yeah, I am thinking about that.
Those are two separate plays. There was one towards the end. Okay. Yeah, there was one towards the end that he was on the sideline. He jumped in he made an incredible jump on the ball, and he bobbled a little bit, but he got control of it. And they were saying that he was out of bounds. But it was 4th down, so they didn't challenge. So he got screwed out of an interception, in my opinion. But nonetheless, J.C. Horn did that. But more importantly, potentially the most important play of the game, he was the guy with the sure hands that saved the onside kick that gave us the guaranteed win by picking that up. So it's going to my boy J.C. Horn.
Love it. Still have questions of why the fuck he wasn't on DK Metcalf in this. Anyway, love it. Good stuff. Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you took that one, CK, because that was one of mine, but I kind of wanted to go with the other 3. And actually, I'm going to give it to 3 people. And I haven't been a fan of Blackshear so far this season, but he kind of proved something to me today. I'm going to give it to the entire Panthers running back core. Blackshear, Hubbard, and Foreman. Like 223 rushing yards in a game is pretty good collectively. I've always kind of been doubtful of Hubbard, but he actually played really well today, and Blackshear never sold me. But today, if he can play like that, then I'm cool with that. And we had a fantastic running game today. It won the game for us. We had a really good game, but it won the game for us. So I'm giving a dab on him to the run game of the Carolina Panthers.
Dab on them too to Panther fans who are back out in full force with the C3 Panthers podcast. Hit almost 300 viewers tonight after kind of, not struggling, but a little dissipated interest and audience throughout the holiday, Thanksgiving, and stuff like that. We're back, baby. 1 win over the Seahawks. And we back. Woo. Guess what? The C3 Panthers podcast is back because we went over 3 hours tonight.
Yes.
Boom.
Always on a good day.
Oh no, wait. Well, actually, we're at 2 hours right now.
We'll talk for 2 more minutes.
All right. Actually, we'll do our outros and get the fuck out of here. Maybe we can beat out this clock. My name's Tony Dunn. It's the C3 Panthers podcast brought to you by CarolinaCatChronicles.com, where every Tuesday night We chop up the latest Panthers news and opinions. We better see you here at 9 p.m. If not, catch us on Google, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast, and definitely go to YouTube and smash that thumbs up button, be a part of it, and maybe even consider being a C3 super fan. You can donate $1.99 with a little love for the family. It helps us pay the bills. We've been building things. Look, Cody Lashley don't even got a camera tonight because his shit broke. We're going to buy him one. We're going to buy him one. That's it. Cody Lack, take it.
Yeah, man, you may find me on Twitter at Cody Lack, CODYLAC. I'll be defending Matt Corral, making sure that people know who the good quarterbacks in the NFL are, like my man Trevor Lawrence, like my man Sam Darnold's looking like he's trying to be. Yeah, man. And then every Friday at 7 p.m., check out the Friday free-for-all show for the fans, by the fans. If you would like to come on the show and join the show and tell me how dumb I am, or tell Tony he doesn't know defensive ends, or whatever you want to do, come on Friday free-for-all, 7 p.m. for the fans, by the fans. I ain't got shit left to say. Keep pounding, baby. I'm proud of my Panthers, and I mean that. And I feel like we haven't been able to say that collectively as a fan base for a long time now. But I'm saying it, dude. I'm proud of my Panthers.
CK Saturday simulation. Did we win? Yeah, last night.
We did.
I remember. Yeah,
we did.
Woo, we won today. We won there. Crystal Ball. How can they get after you?
You can find me on Twitter, most social media at CodeDizzleAllen, and we'll leave it at that.
Perfect. The Bat Daddy, Stat Daddy.
Check me out at the Bat Daddy 52 on Twitter is my personal handle, or check out my other show, Geeks Chasing Squirrels Across the Multiverse. We go live every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube.
I forgot who I told you to tell me. The guy that went to the game tonight. Message me. I got that patch for you. It's a patch, like a bomber patch, like if you were an Air Force guy, we put it on your jacket. Tony Dunn, C3 Panthers Podcast. Cody Lack, take us out of here.
C3 Nation. Until next time. Keep pounding.
Oh, you had to get